Nice.
My
Yeah, now
gambling just went up 10 points.
Nice.
keep it on the output level and make sure the output level when people are talking on mic here, it should be kind of just almost clipping into the red, but it should be at least into the yellow. Okay.
Okay, I wasn't thinking that it should be into the yellow, but now it is into the yellow.
It should be kind of spiking up into the yellow a little bit when people are talking.
Check.
And you Alex can adjust people's individuals' voice volumes in your Discord by right-clicking on them.
Got it. I think it should be fine. The only one I don't know about is myself.
Yeah, but the background music and effects and everything, don't worry about that. That should come through just fine.
Sounds good.
All right, I'm gonna get some coffee here. We'll get started.
All right.
So I got 5 luck. Luck.
Luck.
Oh, fuck.
82. Good old-fashioned luck. I have 82 of it. You'd think then that I'd probably do something incredible this session.
I'm counting on it.
Yeah, we have met something you would not want.
Yeah, so last
Well,
session,
no, the
something terrible
advertisement-
happened. What happened?
Oh, it's basically they went out. I got drunk. Told the stuff to like a news reporter who's at the table with us.
Well, firstly, my character, the bounty hunter, sent word for Lee. What's your character's name again? I'm sorry.
War Club, Lamont.
War Club. I sent word for War Club. I have in my custody a villain that I'm bringing in for a bounty. He's worth $600 or $6,000 alive, and he's wanted though by this wealthy landowner in the region. I guess he's responsible for killing some family members, and so I'm kind of hiding out in this little town of Red Fox. I think, yeah. Is it Red? No, Giddings.
Yes.
Kyle
Giddings.
has a like,
So anyways, I sent word for them. They came to the little Red Fox Inn that I was staying in, and geez, we had one of the helpers around the inn act a little peculiarly, and
By
then
walking on 4.
testing.
Yes, he seemed.
Testing.
He seemed like he was a meth addict, like getting ready to go to to pick up his next drug supply or something. He's like, "Hey, can I get leave?" And so we watched him, and then in the distance, when he got far enough out of eyesight, he dropped down all fours and ran like super fast across the ground. So me and War Club, Mercy
I
and War
stayed
Club,
back.
decided to see if we could track this guy, and we did. We tracked him to the old cemetery, and when we arrived there, there was a bunch of lumberjacks that showed up, and also let's see what else happened there. They dug up a grave, pulled out a bunch of stuff from said grave, handed out, and then reburied the grave. And they all kind of ran off like our friend from the Red Fox Inn did in towards the logging camp.
Well,
So you got a bunch of wild men out there in the woods?
They may be skinwalkers, or as legend has it, people who turn into wear somethings.
Like the Bat Kids?
Yeah, exactly. It's like a bat
also,
baby.
in the meantime,
Yeah,
I
in the
got drunk.
meantime-
There was a news reporter. I told him some stuff. Don't remember what it was, but played a gambling game.
Well, hold on. You can't just gloss over the fact that you told a news reporter about some stuff and don't know what you told him. What did you tell him?
Don't worry.
Don't worry.
Tom. He got ripped to shreds, so he's dead. But let me tell you how that happened.
Oh no!
me and War Club tried to follow these guys down to the logging camp, and I think we got relatively close, but we ended up
Really
heading
close,
back,
man.
and we decided to go back to the inn. And when we got there, of course, was it? Let's see. Is it the Fox? Is it? No, which one is it? Aiden? Who's it? Abe.
Abe.
Yeah, Abe was hungover, and he confessed that he had told the news reporter, who ended up going out to the cemetery without us, and we tracked him there and found him like cut into pieces. all
No,
over
no. We were approaching, and he died.
Oh, he died
He
and
was
within our
screaming.
eyesight?
Yeah, we were approaching it.
That's right.
Yeah,
You
he was
didn't
screaming.
get there quite in time to save him.
He was like, oh.
Yeah, nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
So,
I was with him that time.
how far off? Where exactly are we?
No, wait, there's more.
There's more.
Good.
You're in New Mexico.
Okay.
So, I can't remember if I guess we came back to the cemetery and we tried to booby trap his body.
Yeah, booby trapped.
We booby
You
trapped the
tried
whole
that
area.
before. You tried
Yeah,
that
we
before.
Yeah, I think the last thing you did was you staked out the cemetery all night.
Yeah, we were
Yeah.
waiting. We were hoping they'd come back so we could ambush them, but they didn't.
Okay.
And there's some characters, like, this is a small town. And I can't remember who our good innkeeper and wife is at the Red Fox Inn, but there's a finite number of people in this area. It's not like a bustling metropolis by any stretch of the imagination. It's basically the Red Fox Inn and some lumberjacks in the local
Right.
area, and that's
Yeah.
about it.
Giddings is a small town there on the shore of Lake Wapato. And there's a sheriff there that you guys met, Sheriff Luther Elliott. The mayor of Giddings is Cornelius Bagby, but it's a small town. At the Red Fox Inn, you have Frank and Ellen Colville, the owners, Annie Louder, the maid. There was Max Hood, the handyman. And then there was a couple of guests there when you guys arrived. Jake Scobie, the newsman. And what was his name? Henry Wise, the old retired guy who was there on vacation, like fishing. Henry Wise went missing. That was the first thing that happened. And previous to your guys' arrival at Red Fox Inn, there are all these rumors about the murder of Robert Hammond and how he had gone missing from the Red Fox Inn. But yeah, there are a limited number of people involved here. But when Abe was playing poker here, he was playing poker, I think, with Frank and Jake. When he got a little drunk and kind of spilled the beans on some things, he's not sure exactly what he said, but apparently he gave Jake enough clues to figure out that that Mercy and War Club were kind of staking out the graveyard or had some reason to go out to the graveyard. So Jake had left a note saying that I'm going out to the graveyard. I think that might be the key to it, and don't come after me. And
Don't come after me. The worst decision of his life.
Yeah. But I think the last thing you guys did, you discovered the body of Jake up there at the graveyard. I think you had made some booby traps and stayed the night at the graveyard.
We went back, we talked to Frank. He showed us the cache of weapons that he has for hunting.
That's right.
And
Yeah,
that's where we left up, I think.
Yeah, he's also got a workshop where he makes his own bullets as well.
Oh, he makes bullets?
Yeah, I think I had mentioned that.
Yeah, and I didn't say it last time, but I meant to say, can you make me some silver bullets, Frank?
Right. I think you guys are trying to dig up some silver. Or actually, I think you did. I think you had convinced Frank at this point, like there's something really strange going on. he's kind of on board with it.
Excellent. Well,
I will send a telegram to our companions.
Yeah, there's really no need for that, actually. The original telegram that was sent from Mercy to War Club, Isaac War Club, he had let the rest of the group know in San Rafael that he was going up to Giddings. And what we're just gonna say, that Dan Quang he's a couple days behind. He's coming up there in his wagon of good stuff.
Yeah, the good stuff. The good stuff wagon.
The good stuff wagon.
See, I had to.
Damn
the
right.
good stuff wagon. What? Tell me about this wagon. I guess I want
Damn
to.
right.
Oh, dude.
That's
Oh
in the
my
presence
God.
of-
You
of
don't know
Don
about the
Juan.
good stuff wagon? Oh man,
I don't
let
know.
me
I
tell
don't know
you.
Jack. So you got laid on me,
This is
baby.
the second session.
All right, so I have an excellent, really cool gypsy wagon. It's called the Good Stuff wagon. I grow opium on the top of my wagon, which is
Oh my
pretty
God.
cool. But better yet, I use it as my house. Now, if you would be so kind as to click on Dan Kwong in the actual list of characters, you may
Oh my
see
God.
you may see what we are aspiring to turn the Good Stuff wagon into. We
No,
have not
I
yet
don't think that's
achieved.
right.
A
We have
meeting
not yet
place for
achieved
a
the Good
meeting
Stuff
place
wagon.
for poorly dressed cowboys.
Yeah, yes, but more than that, a mobile meeting place for
Oh,
dusty old cowboys that has a gun on top.
Yeah,
I think that we
I'll
were
put it in
planning
now.
on a different wagon.
Nah, dude, this is the one.
I thought we agreed for something else.
What? I don't think we did. I think
Yeah,
that
I think we
what's gonna happen to your
purchased.
sweet opium, man? It's gonna get killed off on this gunfire.
need
We purchased a
the
heavy. I think
medicine.
we purchased a heavy wagon and left it with the guy to work on. I
We
believe.
definitely need a medicine man.
We need your wagon mobile with us.
Wagon. Wait, what? It's loading for me, so.
Yeah, I don't know if that's going to load or not.
Yep.
So yeah, what we're going to say is Dan is going to arrive via Giddings at the Red Fox Inn sometime the next morning after you had staked out the graveyard. And passing through Giddings, Dan, you do hear some rumors as you're watering your horses, getting some supplies. If you click on the link, you can see it in your browser.
All right.
Getting some supplies, watering the horses in Giddings, you hear some rumors of Jack Tyson, a somewhat infamous Aussie rancher in New Mexico, is hunting down this man named Mercy Chiggins, who's a bounty hunter. Apparently, he's hunting him down because Mercy's taken a bounty. A criminal named Red Harlow, who apparently is responsible for killing some blood relatives of Jack Tyson. And Tyson would rather hang him himself than have Mercy collect the bounty on him and turn him over to the government. So both Mercy and Red Harlow, his bounty, his prisoner, are wanted by this Jack Tyson guy. And you hear rumors of this in Giddings, that Tyson's out there somewhere looking for Chiggins.
I'm keeping a low profile.
Yeah, so that's why Mercy's been hiding out here at the Red Fox Inn for a while, trying to wait for an opening to get down to San Rafael without getting bushwhacked by the Tyson boys.
Exactly.
So
Pushback bad. And I tried to figure ways around this, but there's no good way for me to go back without. We got to stay here for a while. Is the bottom line, or at least I do.
Where the skinwalkers live?
Yeah, come on, it's safe.
War Club will stay with it.
It's
actually,
safe.
yeah, I think it was War Club who had remembered some Indian legends about skinwalkers and creatures of the night and stuff like that. And the Indians believed that these skinwalkers would steal young babies and leave what the Indians call wild things in their place. And these wild things appear human initially, but as they grow up, they become kind of stranger and weirder as they grow older. Until one day they normally around maturity, they just kind of disappear from their tribe or their village.
Or their leper colony, whatever.
They become leprechauns.
Or they're just a bunch of like undead lumberjacks or something. Who knows?
I guess that's the case. They're just a bunch of undead lumberjacks and grave robbers.
Mm-hmm.
Did we dig up that grave? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Did we dig up their secret grave?
We did not.
Well, I think that should be priority number 1.
They did
I'd
dig
rather
up the.
wait.
They did dig up the neighboring grave, which was fresh, and they found the body of Robert Hammond, who was the man that went missing from the Red Fox Inn a couple weeks ago.
Mystery solved. We haven't told anyone.
They haven't told anyone.
We haven't told anyone about.
Yeah, and Jake Scobie too. The murder of Jake Scobie. I don't think anybody's told anybody about that either.
Who is the sheriff in this jurisdiction?
I don't want to arouse any suspicions, but there is a heap of dead people piling up over there at the cemetery.
Well, when Henry Wise went missing, you guys had found his body since then. The Sheriff Elliott, came out to the Red Fox Inn from Giddings and questioned you guys. Remember that? Kind of exhaustively, almost all day.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
been questioning you guys, trying to figure out if you had anything to do with it or not. So you guys know him personally. But Dan arrives with his chariot the next morning, and you guys see him coming down the dirt path out in front of the Red Fox Inn.
Is our armored chuck wagon complete
No.
yet?
It's nowhere near done. We still have to do a lot. We still have to talk to Tomas's cousin Francisco so that we can get the Gatling gun. We still have to get pricing on sheet metal. There's a lot of logistics that's going into this
have to
right
get
now.
pricing on sheet metal?
We have to have a lot of sheet metal to build the darn wagon.
That's why Dan's kind of lagging behind a couple days here to get to Giddings, because he had some business to attend to.
I did. I had to talk to a sheet metal specialist.
I hope we have the full gang here.
For now,
Yeah,
though,
hopefully Van Helsing shows up. We'll see.
my good stuff wagon is just like a pimped out gypsy wagon. You know,
Alright.
it's like a little house on wheels with nice little windows. It says "good stuff" written in big bold letters on the side. I'm sort of a snake oil salesman, but my snake oil works.
He's spoken like a true snake oil salesman.
And then you die.
It certainly has an effect.
So Dan comes moseying up to the courtyard here in front of the inn.
What's the dog's name?
Abe's all hungover.
I am just so drunk. I am just like, I have my head on the counter, just like.
Frank calls the dog.
I give dog some blueberries and pat his head.
And then
Hello.
Hello.
Mhm.
Hello.
Okay, I hear Maria's voice in the background, and I'm thinking, well, I guess she decided to take Tom's place.
Yes,
Yeah,
she's
I heard that too. I was like, that's a good sign.
fine. So, guys, I have no power at the house, so I can play on this phone until it dies.
See, that's what the statement of undead lumberjacks and skinwalkers boosts Tom into super action. Now he's gotten on his phone just so he can listen in.
Right. So Doctor Who is actually riding shotgun with Dan as he arrives at the Red Fox Inn.
I'm grumbling about overpriced steel.
I just got here too, guys. And what I missed so far?
Oh, sweet.
Yes, we have the full gang.
Hector's resting in the back.
Yeah, recovering. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I gave you some hit
Probably.
points.
Why? What
I
happened?
gave you some hit points back, Hector.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Yeah, you're still not quite there, but you got 18 now.
Well, that's a lot better than 1. So I'll take it.
So what's going on? I guess it depends on whether or not you've had a chance to listen to the episode or watch it. If you haven't,
Actually, Kyle, if you don't mind, you did a pretty good job with the overview. Can you do like the shorter version of the overview for these guys?
yeah, I'll try.
Overview 2.0.
Starting with why Mercy was at Red Fox Inn in the first place.
Okay, Mercy is a bounty hunter. He is at the Red Fox Inn in Giddings because he has with him want a bounty. He's still alive. I can't remember. His name's Jake.
Red Harlow.
Not even close. Red Harlow. Anyway, that's fine. I'm just powering through. So Red Harlow, and then Red Harlow is actually being pursued by a wealthy landowner. His name is Tyson, and as such, I cannot be out in the open with Red Harlow, so I'm kind of holed up here in this town of Giddings, and we've run
Wait, is
into
Red Harlow a friend of ours?
not unless if he is, he's going to be soon turned in for $6,000 or $600 bounty. So no, he's no friend.
Yeah, Mercy's prisoner is responsible for killing a blood relative of Jack Tyson. He's a wealthy Aussie rancher in New Mexico, and Tyson's got a lynch mob after Mercy to basically take the prisoner from him and hang him.
Is this the guy who runs that big ranch that we started out with? That big one that's on the river next to the road?
No, these guys are actually in New Mexico right now, Tom. Just kind of across the border.
Okay.
Yeah. Tyson, the Aussie rancher, he's from New Mexico. So, I mean, we're a good 2 days ride from San Rafael.
Okay, so I want to be clear. So, Mercy Chickens knows where his bounty is, right?
Yeah, he's in the hotel, chained to the bed.
Okay, and
he's highly medicated. I keep hitting him with laudanum.
Well, wait, the sheriff came by. Why didn't you turn him in then?
We tried. He could not accept him as a bounty. We have to take him to one of the other towns. And a lot of that has to do with Tyson too. Like the sheriff did me a favor by not accepting him, because otherwise Tyson would have come down and it would have turned into a thing. So there we go.
Well, it's better to kill the sheriff than to kill you. At least then Tyson wouldn't, I don't think Tyson would have gone after the sheriff and tried to kill him. I don't know.
We couldn't turn him into him. That's the end of the story there.
Okay, got it.
Can't make that apple and orange, bud.
Yeah, Mercy's got to get to either San Rafael or El Paso to collect the bounty on Harlow.
Got it.
All right, and if you
It's a federal warrant, right? It's a federal warrant.
Yeah, he's got to find a U.S. Marshal.
We can stuff him in the good stuff wagon.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds good.
Is our armored wagon complete?
No, we are still.
It's being worked upon.
Yeah, we are still.
Oh yeah, we just commissioned the wagon.
Well, now that is the reason you guys are in town. But Sean, I don't think you can succinctly put together what happened at the cemetery and the lumberjacks and all that. Can you take it from there?
Yeah.
All right.
So there were some guests at the Red Fox Inn when these guys arrived. There was Jake Scobie. He's a newsman from El Paso out here covering a story about a missing wealthy landowner who had been staying at the Red Fox Inn. He had gone missing previously. So Jake Scobie was here to cover that story. There was also an old man named Henry Wise, who was staying at the inn on a little fishing expedition. Soon after these guys arrived at the Red Fox, and Henry Wise also went missing. And they actually found his body out in the woods. He was kind of torn apart as if by like a wild animal, a bear attack or something like that almost. But I think you guys had found, I don't know, you started hearing some weird noise in the woods, like some kind of like gibbering, meeping sound, some really weird sounds.
Oh, that's right.
Something unnatural.
Yep.
No me gusta.
It was not a hawk.
Yep, and I think after finding Henry Wise's body, they were interrogated by the sheriff of Giddings for quite some time. They were cleared of any wrongdoing or anything. But the owners of the Red Fox Inn, Frank and Ellen Coville, were kind of involved in this too, as well as Annie Lauder, their maid. But what had happened was one night they decided to have a cookout at the Red Fox Inn, and they have a handyman living there. His name is Max Hood, who works for Mr. Coville. Then Max was acting kind of weird as Mr. Coville was kind of putting the meat onto the fire. And he said that he kind of apologized. He kind of felt bad about being invited to the cookout because he said he was supposed to meet some friends tonight. And he got kind of And I remember, I think Mercy was kind of suspicious. She's like, "Here, where are you going? You're going nowhere." But Mrs. Coville was like, "Oh, you can go with your friends,
And you
Max."
insulted her.
So he went running off, out north, out off towards the woods, and Mercy was watching him with his looking glass, and he saw Max drop down to all fours and go running off into the darkness up there, up into the woods. So that kind of prompted them to kind of go up there and kind of follow him and try to track him and see where he went. And it led them to an old um, um, up near the shore of Lake Wapato, out in the woods. And later so they kind of staked it out for a while. Later that night, they came across a group of men who appeared to be like lumberjacks, and they were digging up a grave. They pulled a casket out of a grave, opened up the casket, and within the casket was a bunch of pottery or ceramic jars, fairly large size ceramic jars filling the casket. And they started pulling these jars out of the casket and putting them in burlap sacks and bags and shit. And they reburied the empty casket and left in all like different directions with these.
We didn't open the jars.
No. So that right there was kind of suspicious enough for Mercy and War Club to kind of start thinking, well, what the hell's going on here? So they started staking out the graveyard. In the nights, I think it was 2 nights in a row, I believe, they kind of set up some booby traps up there, just kind of expecting them to come back up there, right? But they never did. They did find another fresh grave nearby where they had dug up the first grave, and they found Robert Hammond's body, the original guy who went missing from the Red Fox Inn. They found his decomposed body in this shallow grave in the graveyard. They haven't told anybody yet, but
yeah. We've just solved like 3 outstanding murders. We haven't told anyone.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Aiden's character had been kind of staying back at the Red Fox Inn, holding down the fort, because we do have Red Harlow, who's a prisoner here. He's been chained to a bed in the upstairs rooms where these guys are staying. So I guess Abe was kind of staying back to keep an eye on him. But Abe got involved in a poker game with Frank Coville, the owner of the inn, and Jake Scobie, the newsman who stays there. And they got all drunk, and apparently Abe said a little too much. Or he got a little too drunk, maybe said a little too much, and Jake kind of got the gist of what Mercy and War Club were doing out in the woods. So he wound up later that night going out to the graveyard himself. Jake did, to kind of see what's going on. He is the newsman, right? He wants the big story.
He got the story.
And he left a note for Frank saying, like, I think the graveyard's the key. Don't follow me. I'm going out there. So immediately War Club and Mercy went out there after Jake, and they could hear him screaming in the distance as they're going up Antler Hill towards the old cemetery. And once they got there, they found him just completely eviscerated, as if just chewed up by something, some kind of wild animal, apparently. But at this point, with some of War Club's knowledge about maybe like Indian lore, I think is what we're looking at, maybe some occult knowledge. Just the general gist of the whole thing that's going on, it reminds War Club of the old Indian tales of the skinwalkers, which are like these things that the Indians say, the myths and legends say that they're sort of like nature spirits or creatures of the night, as they call them. And what they do is they steal young babies and they leave wild things in their place. And these wild things appear human initially, and they become stranger and weirder as they grow older until one day, normally around maturity, they disappear from the tribe or the village. So this has got War Club all freaked out. It's got Mercy all freaked out. And they continue to hear these strange noises out in the woods, mainly at night. It's kind of like the cross between some kind of strange bird and a monkey or an ape sound of some kind. And they've also, I'm looking at this map here, along the the Red Fox River here, there's a logging camp apparently on the other side of the river, a couple miles away from the Red Fox Inn. And this is where they figure these guys that were up in the graveyard are coming from, because they did look like lumberjacks, you know. But they haven't gone down and checked out the logging camp or anything like that. I think they got to the river and decided it would be best that night to head back to the Red Fox Inn for some reason. So where it stands now, the last thing that happened, we left off with Mercy and War Club kind of staking out the graveyard overnight. No luck. And they come trudging back to the Red Fox Inn in the morning. They talked to Abe, and they found out that Abe's drunk, and Abe knows that he probably talked, you know, about Jake, and he's real sorry about it and everything.
I'm still drunk a little bit.
Yeah, but it would be that morning that, you know, this is a few days after the War Club and Mercy. War Club initially arrived with Abe at the Red Fox Inn to help Mercy out, and we'll just say that Dan and Van Helsing and Hector are just kind of a couple days behind. They've come through Giddings. They've heard the rumors about Jack Tyson, the Aussie rancher. He's got a posse out there looking for chickens in his bounty. There are rumors about that floating around in Giddings. But you guys arrive that morning to the Red Fox Inn and pull up in Dan's wagon of good stuff. It's got good stuff on it.
So Dan pulls up in the midst of Mercy compelling Frank to do what you can to get us some silver ammunition made as soon as possible.
And immediately I start sweating.
What are the odds my swords are made of silver?
I just like.
Probably not.
Do we
I'm
like
just
roll
drunk
for
on
that, or is that not?
Yeah, it's
Like more like
silver's-
passed out.
Caliber, Kyle, do you shoot?
All kinds.
D6?
Oh, okay.
Sure. Why would you want
Do
your
you,
sword?
Jacob?
Why would you want your sword made of silver? What is the?
Let's see, I got
Somebody said silver bullets, and I heard
I
something
got
about wolf people,
22,
so-
28, 30, 32, 38, 40, 44, 45.
I got 44s and a 45 and a 12 gauge.
So did I
Oh,
like
and
miss a session? Because I don't remember any of this.
Yeah,
You
this
did.
was last session.
Yeah, you did.
I was
Okay.
Sean,
sadly.
separate note.
Yeah, this was kind of out of the blue. War Club got a telegram, got a letter from his old friend Mercy Chagins saying, "Dag nabbit, get down here to Giddings and help me get the hell out of here. I got some crazy Aussie rancher after my ass and after my prisoner. And it ain't no way I'm gonna lose my $6,000 bounty."
Oh
So-
yeah, that's a lot.
Is that us? Or no, that's he's not with us though, right?
No, the
He's
Aussie
upstairs.
rancher. No,
So if we went and got this guy,
Red
we could
Harlow?
stop.
Yeah, Red Hollow's.
he is with
upstairs.
you guys. Yeah, he's a prisoner, Tom. Mercy has him chained to a bed.
That's what I'm saying. We've chained him up. Okay, got it. That's what I'm trying to understand. Okay, got it.
The old man's looking to steal that bounty.
Is he now?
Well, I was going to, but if it's already our bounty, we just got to turn him in. So we're
Oh
good.
no, he's Mercy's bounty. War Club came down here.
We need
Sorry.
the money.
Yeah,
Wait,
you guys might need
where's
the money.
my
But
money?
War Club came down here because we've been longtime friends. He owed
Yep.
me.
Can't
Yeah, here's
spell
what I wrote.
mercy without me.
Yeah, in the last recording here
Good
on
one. I'm
YouTube,
keeping it.
I put Brody Mercy Chiggins is a hunted man. It's a damn shame because he's usually the one doing the hunting. He's holed up at the Red Fox Inn, hoping to keep that vengeful Aussie Tyson and his lynch mob from tracking him down and hanging his prisoner. He for damn sure ain't giving up his hard-earned bounty to some hair-lipped fancy rancher. And if he could just slip by and get to El Paso, Abe von Bismarck and War Club Lamont soon arrive to lend a helping hand. And that's when things start getting weird.
Does Dr.
Mercy's
Who
not-
count as a, what did you say?
Everything goes weird when the
Thin-lipped
Dutch
fancy
appears.
rancher?
He ain't giving up his hard-earned bounty to some hair-lipped fancy rancher.
Does Doctor Who count as a hair-lipped fancy rancher?
There's nothing fancy about Doctor Who.
I mean, he's rich, but you wouldn't know that from looking at him.
And or fancy. I mean, he looks like a recovering meth addict.
Well, to be fair, he probably.
Yeah, look at
Let's
that.
go
Yeah, I
see
mean,
the nuns.
I
while you
studied
guys
the
were
opium
away, I
plants.
sold your home for meth.
I studied
still,
the opium plants. in the desert.
I still love let's go see the nuns.
Tell you what,
Yeah, I
He's
put up the
got
"Let's
some-
go see the nun" screen, Tom.
Let's go see the nuns. Dude.
he's got some spectacularly white teeth.
Mm.
Oh.
Right. So you guys arrive. It's a Thursday
Right.
morning. It's kind of overcast and gray, a little drizzly. It's been rainy for the last few days you've been here.
So do we
Um,
want to steal this bounty? Is that what we're doing here?
Oh, no.
No!
Well, Mercy's got the bounty. He's got the prisoner that's worth $6,000 alive.
Mercy is not one of our player characters, just to be
He
sure.
is. Yes, he is.
No, I
That's
am.
Kyle's character.
It's me. But we've just met, so.
Got it. Got, that's
Okay.
what I'm trying to
I
Mercy's one
know,
of us.
I know War Club so far, and I'm being introduced to you guys. Now I know Abe, and you guys have just rolled into town.
Mercy's
Got it.
Kyle, and Kyle would not share that bounty with us, considering we've only known him for less than 30 seconds. Now,
No, that's fine. That's fine. I just didn't know if that was the goal of the mission tonight. That's all.
the mission
Okay.
tonight, the goal of the mission tonight is to figure
Is
out
kill
what's
the-
up with these weird skinwalkers and
All the skinwalkers.
And some
And
something
the digging grave.
that
yeah,
But we need
The
to go down to
lumberjacks.
yeah, we need to go down to the logging camp.
yeah.
let's kill
Yeah,
whatever is
logging camp.
sleeping.
Gather some
Uh,
haunted pottery.
Sean, real quick, can I make some skill checks?
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, go ahead and make some skill checks and
Well, yeah,
make a
that's-
check for your luck as well.
They
roll-
pulled out a bunch of
John,
haunted
roll my luck.
pottery from the grave, right? That's what they went there to get.
Apparently, it's all really
Sean.
kind of mysterious. Yeah,
Roll my luck. Mark it if it works.
yeah. I'll make your skill rolls here too, Tom.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's a gray one, right?
And on another note, it's kind of a related character development. I had, you know how everybody gets like a special item that's
Oh,
like,
good. I failed that one.
like
We can go up.
precious to them.
Yes.
So I figured out what my item is. It's going to be an antique, back from the 1500s vampire slaying kit. So
Okay.
passed down, comes all the way from Transylvania, and it's like super old. And
Why
goes
does it
back
not surprise me that the Van Helsings go back to Pennsylvania?
I'll put that right under the finger of St. Jude, Tom.
there you go. Which I thought was odd. It came around again. How did I get it, and how does it get to the father? We don't know yet, but
We don't
apparently
know.
it does.
I know we don't know yet.
Saint Jude.
Jeez.
What is that?
What do I if I do the skill roll? What was it? It's a D10, right?
It's a D10 for skills.
You keep
Um,
passing all yours, though.
Yeah, if you fail your skill check, it is
Yeah. Well, I
2D
failed first
2D10
aid,
plus
but I
that.
passed gambling. Dude.
Okay.
So
Oh, wait,
failed.
I was looking at Sean, man. Sean's the DM's doing you wrong, baby.
I know.
Oh.
I'm succeeding all your rolls, Tom. Sorry.
You are succeeding
oh,
on
so-
all of them.
What about? All I worry about is luck. I just want more luck. So
All right.
fail that one.
All right, you get 1d10 plus 5.
He didn't fail that one either.
Yeah, but you still get some. You get 8. That puts you at 51.
So hold on. So if I fail a skill roll, it's 1d10 or 2d10?
Yes.
It's
It's
1d10
plus
for skills.
5 if you
Okay.
succeeded.
And if you fail a luck roll, it's 2d10 plus 10. But you still, even if you make your luck roll, you still get some back. You get 1d10 plus 5.
Got it. Okay, I think I get it. All right, so D10 for the skill.
All right, let me uncheck all these here.
Yeah,
Oh.
that's
Nice,
what we're
dude.
talking about.
Yeah,
That's first aid too, so that'll come in handy.
Nice.
Exactly. I was like, that sounds good for everyone.
That's good. Okay.
That's bad.
All right, so now let's do some luck here. Oh yeah, 18 luck. That needs. Oh good, I
Alright.
fail. Okay, so 2d10 plus 10. Is that what it is?
Correct.
Yep.
Yes.
So
See, I see
2d10
Dr. Van
and then
Helsing.
add
He's
10.
got-
Let's see what you get.
So 9 plus 10, so 19. Okay.
Dr. Van Helsing arrives with his medical bag. He's got some opium, some peyote, some, and a bone saw.
All the basic.
And the
Yeah.
bone saw. Awesome. Yeah, all the basics.
Why is he? What is he just showing off his bag or something?
Yeah.
This is my bag.
he walks into the place and he like stumbles over his feet and all of his goods fall out.
Did somebody call a doctor? No.
Oh,
Okay.
wait, you are.
And I pull out the opium. I take a hit. If nobody called a doctor, I'll be sitting over here.
Well, he is a proper doctor. He is using opium.
For medicinal purposes only.
He's a strong believer in the use of medical cocaine.
Absolutely. The peyotes, it was taught to me by Indians.
I
So I've got
thought
the
I
whole
strike
Indian
up a
reward behind it.
conversation with Doctor Who about better ways to keep people sedated, and still alive.
Mm-hmm. What you guys to keep in mind too, that none of you guys have had any really brushes with anything really kind of spooky or unnatural so far. I mean, maybe some of the myths and legends that you guys have heard in San Rafael.
For the people running on all fours and then robbing a grave for spooky pottery out in the middle of the woods is definitely supernatural.
Well, here's what I was
I'm gonna
getting at,
reload
though.
because you guys are cutting in and out. I can't really hear. I don't know what's going on. I'll be right back. I'm gonna restart.
Restart Discord.
Okay.
What I'm getting at is that once you guys arrive and the story is told, to Doctor Who and the others who had just arrived, the description of the lumberjacks digging up graves and stuff, that's weird enough, right? But then when War Club starts talking old Indian legends about skinwalkers and creatures of the night and stuff like that, that might just kind of go over your head a little bit. Like maybe it's just a little paranoid or something. It sounds like there's just some dudes out here, some lumberjacks that are up to no good.
No, I'm gonna jump to the conclusion that it's bat children. It's crazy desert bat children.
I ain't expecting you fellers to believe us, but you'll believe as soon as you see it.
Well,
I spit on the ground.
well, unless it's that thing.
There's something meat beeping all night long, disturbing to the psyche.
The terrible meeper.
It's something else than those damn lumberjacks.
I think War Club, didn't you say if it were, you thought it might be some sort of bird, but if it was a bird, you felt like it would be, hundreds of pounds or something? I don't know.
Yeah, like the size of a man.
The man turkey.
The man bird.
He was a turkey all along.
Man bear pig.
The great raptor. Okay. What time of day?
What time of day is it? Yeah, there you go.
It's morning. It's a Thursday morning.
Well, now sounds like the best time to deal with werewolves because there's.
I order a coffee for me.
Oh yeah, Ellen's got the coffee on.
Do we think there are werewolves?
Yeah. Do we know they're werewolves or because I heard someone say silver bullet, so I thought you guys were talking werewolves. But...
Well,
you guys probably
Mercy
think,
ordered
you guys,
silver
well,
bullets.
kind of what I was saying. You guys probably think they're just kind of crazy at this point.
I mean, I'm still suspicious of desert children because I still have that scene where that child was devoured and half-eaten.
Yeah, we all got to see that. I got my gut torn open by a shotgun, so at this point, I'm not taking any risks.
What? So is Frank? Is he in possession of some silver rounds for us, or can he make some during the day?
Well, I mean, Mrs. Colville has a silver tea service set. Got some,
Frank, I know this is probably important to her, but just be it known, there's several people missing under very strange circumstances, and we've seen things. And if you've been living here long enough, you've seen things too. Is her tea set worth your life?
Frank's kind of frantic. He's like, I don't understand, Mr. Shiggins, and what this is all about. Does this have something to do with Jack Tyson, or what exactly are you saying here?
I'm saying
I
that
heard
we need
somebody
to get
talking about skinwalkers or something like that. What the hell is going on?
I'll use some psychology on him.
He's freaking out, dude.
All right,
Obviously.
I'm gonna try to settle him down with my psychology.
Hey, Dad, we're Were silver,
Okay.
half dollars,
I rolled-
quarters, and dimes
You
made
calm
of silver
down.
at the time?
I rolled a hard on that, so I'm basically like, look, Frank, whether it's something we don't understand or it's just a gang of bandits, it doesn't matter. We need to deal with it, and you need to help us.
He's
Get
like,
her-
well, he says,
Try
well,
to I'll try to calm him down with some gold.
You know what? Hold on. Before you start throwing gold
Club-
around,
War-
I can try
War
and
Club
like
steps
charm him.
up.
I give him a
try and
hit of
charm
opium.
him.
I give him a hit of opium.
I
Calm
mean,
down,
I can't argue
So
with the
my-
opium method.
So
Well, I
my
would
hard
say-
my hard psychology roll didn't help out.
well, I mean, psychology is not really for persuading. I mean, you
Ooh! I specialize in
perceive
persuading. I can do
Yeah.
that.
I mean, you perceive that Frank is pretty frazzled right now. He doesn't really. He says he doesn't really know what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on. But
I
essentially,
specialize in
if you want
business.
access to Frank's silver, any silver that he may have, you're going to have to go through Mrs. Coville.
I didn't hear that last part, man. It cut out.
You're going to
You
have to
gotta-
go through Mrs. Coville.
All right.
So,
All right, where's Mrs. Coville? I'm gonna use that 80 charm on her. See how that goes.
yeah, she's knitting here, and breakfast is just finished by the maid, so she's in there knitting in the sitting room by the fireplace.
How old is she?
They're in their mid-50s or so.
Okay.
Both of them.
What do you think has a
Oh,
better
wait.
chance of getting that silver? Persuade or charm?
Charm.
Persuade should be used more over time. Charm might have better results.
Okay, I have an 80 in both, so
Hey, Dad,
Yeah.
what
Okay.
year is it?
Charm her
69.
away, dude.
charm it. Should I charm her?
Charm.
Yeah, charmer. Charmer.
Charm her.
Yeah, I know what you're
Extreme.
awesome. Yeah, and I know what you're thinking, Alex. Silver coins, right? That is an option, but it just depends on how many bullets you want to make here. So Miss Coville is rather fearful about what's been going on as well, especially after the disappearance of Jake Kobe. So she
gives you all
agrees
silver.
to let you guys buy her silver tea service set. So fork over a few gold there, somebody. War club.
Okay.
Will she take
the
hit?
one-
Cup.
You're the one with the gold.
Oh, you got gold.
Yeah,
Okay.
these guys are flush with cash and gold, even after paying for the war chariot or
Oh
putting
my
a down
God, yeah.
payment on it. Anyway,
Well, after that gambling roll, dude, I still can't believe that happened.
Yeah.
I even still told him to just put it in the safe.
yeah. Hector cleaned out all the card sharks in San Rafael.
Wow.
That's right, old man. You weren't there for that one, were you?
Nope, I missed it, but I heard about it though.
Yeah.
I was mourning the death of my wife.
Hector crit a gambling roll.
And
Yeah.
takes care of my son.
Yeah, he rolled an 01. That was pretty epic.
Wow, no, wow.
All right,
Okay,
so
how
you
much
guys
did
have
win?
Huh?
How much did you win?
2,000 something.
It's like
Nice.
2,500.
So we're
Nice.
pretty much anything the party needs, we've got covered at this point, at least for
Okay.
the time being. Unless it's something like a gamble or a Gatling gun, which we still need to figure out. But
We're going to.
We'll
We
find
can go
one.
to El Paso after we get this done.
All right, so
Right.
you guys have plenty of silver now. If you want to start going, maybe go out to the workshop and start melting it down, and trying to fashion some bullets out of it. Frank agrees to help you with that.
Okay.
Um,
Say we do that, and then but the other thing is before the sun falls or gets too far, we should go check out that. I'm assuming everybody's up to date, so we should go check out that. Some number of us should go check out the grave during the day, see what's in there, and then we might want to head to the logging camp tonight. Lee, what do you think? Work
I'm
up.
gonna. I'm gonna go.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan.
I go to the cemetery.
yeah, visit the
Okay.
cemetery during the
You know
day
what?
and the logging camp. It's a good choice.
Can I bring Dan and Doctor Who?
Yeah, if they want to go.
Yeah. for
Doctor
sure.
Who will go.
All right, so I'm gonna make slugs or whatever ammunition. And
Okay.
who else is going to make ammunition?
Yeah,
Yes.
I'll make some. You know, Yeah.
Sorry, I just spent a moment here reading up on it. Apparently, the Liberty Dollar back in 1869 was 90% silver.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
some of those. All right, let's see. Art.
So
Do we have those? Are those what we have? Are those the money that we have?
well, I think we have paper money, if I remember correctly. Paper money and gold.
No, you'd have some silver dollars as well.
Okay.
I'd make some
So-
slugs out of it. Shotgun
Yeah.
slugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna do the same thing. Because we just got the silver. So okay, so actually, that's the question. I've got that basically that hand cannon
Mhm.
that fits exactly 9 shotgun rounds into a pistol.
Right. Yep.
So I'm gonna just swap those out and load those up with silver slugs because they do the same damage, right? Like it's like
Yes.
exactly the same. Yeah. So
Theoretically.
yeah, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'll do that. I'll
Well,
get.
Frank, yeah, with the equipment Frank has, he's able to make a bunch of ammo of different calibers.
Okay.
Could,
Let's see.
could
How,
they?
how about we just say that everybody's got like 20 rounds
All right.
of whatever
Let's
caliber
go
you
to this
use there.
mining camp. Let's go to this logging camp.
Like I bring Doctor Who.
Well, before we go there, Doctor Who, let's go to the graveyard and see what's in that grave during the day.
Oh, got it. I thought we had done that. Yes, I agree. Graveyard, then the camp, then mining camp. Yes, go. We're at the graveyard.
Yeah, they dug up a neighboring grave to the ones that the lumberjacks dug up, and they found the body, but they haven't actually dug up the same grave where they appeared to have buried the empty casket. They haven't dug it back up yet, so I assume that's what you guys are doing here.
I just bring like a beer.
Okay.
So
All right.
Hector-
Like
We'll hair the dog.
Mercy slaps it out of his hands and is like, "That went so well for us last time, man. Get your head screwed on straight."
He's like very disappointed.
Yeah, he's all rough looking, unshaven.
yeah,
Okay.
Hector's gonna
I-
put these silver slugs right into his gun. I'm keeping them loaded at all times.
Alrighty.
I just like I realize it and just go and shave. I was like, hold on, I'll just do this for a second.
And
be back.
I'll do the same as Hector. Is it?
Yeah.
Load all my weapons with primary silver in the 44, in the 45, and the 12 gauge.
Okay.
I will do that as well. And I will get a sack from my wagon. I will fill it mostly with hay, and I will put 1 stick of dynamite in that sack, and I will carry it around like a little messenger bag. Oh, and of course I'll stable my horses.
Okay.
Sounds
good.
I get shaved. And
Oh, you
cleaned
get
up,
shaved. All right, Ed, get shaved. All
and
right.
cleaned up.
Taking Mercy's advice.
Yeah.
Hector trims himself with his sword.
What?
Yeah, what?
Yeah, any facial hair. Since apparently we're shaving, I do it with the sword. I'm cool like that. I don't know.
I'm trying to figure out what you roll for that.
Get yourself.
Well, I don't know. You know what?
Dexterity.
I mean, I've got a 90 sword fighting skill, so
He does have a
sword fighting
95
isn't-
dexterity.
I've got a 95 dexterity and a 90 sword skill.
It's probably like a theater trick that he learned.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely. That's part of my bluff when I'm gambling. I just take out one of my swords. I start like spinning it like a helicopter blade, and I start shaving with it.
While fencing, you were known to shave people's mustaches off.
That's exactly what I did. Exactly.
It
Yeah,
was your
just so like if I just it was a gimmick, just always just right when I'm like just so they know I could kill them, I cut half their mustache off on one side. Just so they know.
You should probably do it to Red Harlow. Like when I came out and like noticed him doing that, I'm just like, do it to Red Harlow.
Yeah,
You
see, Abe,
definitely
you
love
notice, Abe, you notice that Hector's shave is quite a bit closer than your shave with the straight razor.
I'm like, I'm just like, realizing it, just like I'm just like touching my chin.
All right, so after all the
like,
shavery and gunsmithery, you guys head out to the old cemetery. The old cemetery lies kind of between Red Fox Inn and the town of Giddings, kind of up in this hill in this wooded area. You have to crawl through a bunch of thickets and brambles to get up there. It's a very old cemetery. None of these gravestones are marked later than like 1780s, 1790s. And you kind of, walk around looking around. There's no sign of any recent activity up here. And you locate the area by the old crumbled building, the old crumbled brick building up there. You locate the graves, the two graves, the one that the lumberjacks had dug up, and the one that you guys found Hammond's body in. Did you guys bury Jake's body, or did you just leave it up here?
We just left him.
Yeah.
I think you
To
just
the
left Jake.
buzzards.
Yeah, we just left the body out.
Oh yeah, there's like a dozen buzzards up here picking Jake's body clean as you arrive.
I'm just like leaving him alone.
Oh, the moral ambiguity in this party. Like as you guys get up here, you do see this body. I guess they had mentioned Jake had died up here. So yeah, his body's still up here as well. The next day after what happened to him last night.
Yeah, well, the newsman shouldn't have been up here in the first place.
Yeah, I don't think Mercy liked him to begin with.
And then he died.
Didn't like him very much.
If those queer folks showed back up, we didn't want to think we disturbed the body.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, so you guys are digging up the original grave that the lumberjacks had dug up?
Yes.
Yes.
You do. And you dig up a rather plain pine coffin that is empty.
I will
What about-
place my
what about
hands
in-
upon the coffin, and I will close my eyes, and I will try to get a sense of its history.
Do it,
What
man.
about what about deeper in the hole under the coffin? Is there anything under the deeper in the hole?
Keep digging.
Yes.
You don't find anything down there, Van Helsing.
Okay.
Can I roll my psychometry, Dad?
Sure, give me a psychometry roll.
Nice.
Ooh, extreme success.
You just feel the life force.
He can feel the force flowing throughout him.
What's the name on this grave?
There is no name. It's an unmarked grave. The one
Unknown.
next to it is unmarked as well.
Seems to be like a common theme in westerns. Unmarked graves.
All right, Dad. So, like
Isn't that
a
where the gold
sponge
was
sucking
hidden?
up
In,
water,
Good, the
this-
Bad, and the Ugly?
I am able to absorb impressions and emotions from the physical, non-living object, such as this coffin. The reading is able to determine what the object's owner is or was like, their overriding personality, and perhaps further information. And I spend 1d10 minutes concentrating, so I'll do that here.
Wait, what skill is this?
This is his little ability skill thing.
I spend 10 minutes concentrating on the coffin, and at the end of that time, I make that psychometry roll, and I am dealt 1d6 power points, magic points, I guess.
Okay.
Dude.
1d6.
Yeah, old man, do you remember picking out the special ability things?
Yep, I'll be good at spells, I think. I can't remember what it was, but I do remember picking that.
Gotcha.
All right, so
Yeah,
strong
I remember you
emotions
picked
come
something like that.
first. Sorrow, hatred, or love, followed by more specific impressions, which might include if it was used to murder somebody, if the object belongs to a person who is already known to me, if the object belongs to a person unknown to me, then I can gain impressions of the owner's sex, body type, and personality, and I get impressions of the object's history, and then everything else is at your discretion.
Dude, who's the voodoo guy in our party, man? What is this magic?
He's pretty
mofo?
voodoo, man.
Yes, I'm
Oh,
mumbling
doctor
under
was
my...
like-
Have
It's
you?
called
Oh, that's
Cthulhu.
right. You never played with him in the party yet, have you? Or not? You
No.
haven't been here when he's done this.
No, the doctor just showed up and he's like, "What is going on with this guy, man?"
Yeah,
Who-
no.
who's this guy you guys teamed up with?
That's why we learned about the dog people to begin with, is because we found that torn up caravan with the eaten bodies, and he used it on that.
Yeah,
Dude, last I remember, we killed those guys in the valley because they killed my wife. And
Oh,
then
yeah.
I went back, buried my wife, set my son up, Van Helsing, with uncles and grandmas and the people on the village, and then I came here and caught up with you guys.
Yep, you've been back at the ranch for probably about a week and a half, Tom.
Yep.
So
Settling affairs.
Yes, your wife died and all of that. It's a dark period in Doctor Who Van Helsing's life right now, and apparently it's not going to get any better anytime soon. Dr. Van Helsing. So apparently, yes, this Chinaman who these guys hooked up with, or who you guys hooked up with in the Kid Hunt for Kid Richter, does apparently have some kind of psychic talents, or claims to have some psychic talents. Who knows? He is a snake oil salesman, so it's kind of hard to tell.
So what does he read? What does he read as he does this?
Alex, Dan, you get a sense of a wooded glade. You hear the sound of running water, and you get a scent. It's kind of like a pine scent, but there's something else mingled with the scent of the trees. It's like the smell of rotting meat.
Probably not good.
So what you're really kind of getting,
It's like every Cthulhu adventure has that.
Rotting meat smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, the only kind of visual that you're getting as you're closing your eyes is just like bones. Some kind of, they appear to be some kind of bones. I don't know.
Well, whose bones are they? Do I have any sense of that?
No.
Can I?
How old are they?
Yeah, can I get any information about the actual casket? Like, who was buried here originally? If it was made for those pots, or if that pottery was there?
Contain bones?
I'll leave that to your imagination. All you're getting is a sense of what you feel, maybe when and where this coffin was created or fashioned. You just get kind of a sense of a wooded area with a sound of running water, the smell of pine, intermingled with the smell of rotting meat.
Hey, right.
You want to dig up the other grave?
Nothing too specific.
Okay.
Let's go to the logging cabin.
Should we dig up the other grave? The other unknown grave?
They already did dig up the other grave. That's where they found Robert Hammond's body.
Got it. Okay.
The original guy who disappeared. Yeah. And they just reburied him, if I recall.
But not Jake. I want to burn him.
Let's go check out the lumberjacks, man.
Okay.
Let's go see the lumberjacks. And let's try to find those guys.
All right. So you head off into the Red Fox Forest. You travel through the old Indian site on the way to the forest from the cemetery. There's this old Indian site. There's these Indian mounds. You know, that you guys find out from Frank that this Indian site's an old Indian burial mound. So if you're
Comanche or Apache or what's the?
It's hard to say, man. It's very old, whatever it is. No, you don't. It's not definitely not Comanche or Apache. It's something else. You're not sure.
They do a natural world? No.
No, it's very old and abandonedly. It's really hard to say. I mean, it could be hundreds of years old. There's really not much left of it. But there is a path that kind of travels nearby through this area down towards where you're heading. So you guys get out in the Red Fox Forest and you expect to reach the Red Fox River. And right on the other side of the river, the logging camp should be over there somewhere.
Like, I replaced all my bullets with silver bullets.
Are we being?
We might want to be a little stealthy here, guys. So shall we roll our stealth?
Yes.
Do we want?
Only if Sean makes us.
Can we scope it out first without getting too close and get an idea of what's going on and who we see?
I'm assuming you guys are on horseback, right?
No, I don't think we should be.
Well, we'll start on horseback.
Yeah.
Back exactly. But if we get to like maybe like a forest, and then there's the river.
Mhm.
Mount, and then we'll try to approach so we can kind of get a look at the logging camp without being sighted.
Yeah.
Yeah,
try to
Mercy.
find them.
Yeah, Mercy and Isaac had found a shallow part of the river that looked like it was safe to cross. Remember? You guys never actually crossed, but there is a shallow area there that you could ford the river on.
That means everybody knows about it. That means the log cabin or the loggers know about it too.
Yeah, it's.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So maybe we should
But-
stop a little bit ahead of there, tie off the horses, and do a little scouting.
Okay.
That sounds like a good idea.
So we're gonna split up a little bit, or
No,
who's,
no.
who's good at scouting?
No,
I think I know.
you know.
Who is good? I have a 70 in stealth. Somebody else has a high one too, don't they?
I know, it's me.
Well, my track is good. My stealth is 50.
75.
75 stealth? Okay, so you're actually stealthier than I am.
I don't know.
Let me see here.
You have just a 20.
Oh,
Dr. Van Helsing.
I stay on my horse.
Yeah, and generally the way I'll work stealth, in a group, as a group, if you guys are traveling, trying to be stealthy, really I'm going to have the guy with the lowest stealth roll in that
makes
sort of
sense.
situation. Yeah.
I didn't
So
hear
I-
that. Say again. Sorry, my sound
You
is
have
cutting
to-
out for some reason.
In a group
I think
situation,
I
Stuart,
want
where there would be a stealth check involved for a group, I would have the person with the lowest stealth.
Got it.
roll.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I
think
thought
that
you
would
said,
be
but
war.
it sounded
I think
wacky.
that's if War Club comes along, that would be him at 50.
Yeah.
Just having
Oh,
this
I have
track
I have a 70 in stealth. Oh, sorry, you said lowest. Yeah, no, yeah, that would be yeah.
Oh, Lois, then let me chime in. I've got a 38.
Oh, okay.
That's why Kyle and I are staying on the horses on the other side of the shallow river, while the rest of you guys
Exactly.
go across and look and see what you can find.
You guys have rifles, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
You could cover us
You-
as we
you
kind of
can
scout
cover us?
things out.
Yes, my friend.
Yep, I'm
Cut.
really good at that.
Come up with like a secret call, like if you need help, like a bird call. Caw-caw, caw-caw, and we'll come in.
That's the call.
I give the call of a
That's it.
peacock.
Okay, there you go. Caw-caw, caw-caw, and we'll come running. All ready.
Yeah, we're gonna be in the middle of a firefight, and it's like, are you sure should we go check that out here? Gunshots. We didn't hear the bird call. Hold on a second.
All right. So what's it going to be? What the hell is that? So what's it going to be? Is it going to be Hector and Isaac, or you guys going to scout ahead?
So
Yeah,
yeah,
think
I
so.
don't have any tracking skills, but my stealth is nice and high.
I have a
so
nice.
there we go. So that'll balance
Oh
out.
man, there goes my character sheet. I need to pull that up.
Yeah, I always recommend
Sure.
opening up that character sheet in a separate window with that little top left tab there. Don't keep it open in a separate window.
Yeah, I keep thinking it's open in a separate window, and then I click on something else and it goes away. Like,
What's your stealth, Abe?
I have a 75.
Right, so why don't you and Hector go out in front? I'll kind of stay a little bit behind you guys, so you get the stealth advantage, and I'll track from there.
and then the guys with rifles can cover us. That would work.
Exactly.
All right.
So I know. I think the doctor's rifle skill is ridiculous, isn't it?
Well, this is a forested area, guys. It's like kind of a dense kind of pine forest down here.
That's not a bad thing, though. It kind of works to our advantage as far as
Yes,
being
absolutely.
So it sounds like my melee
Yeah,
advantage is
cover.
going to be.
safe. So let her and Abe be out in front with their superior stealth skills. I'll be back from them, but I'll be using my tracking skills to see if I can't detect anything, and then when
Okay.
I'm behind.
Okay, so first of all, Lee, how about if you guys are kind of traveling close together, how about Isaac give me a sneak check? Or
So you want stealth?
stealth, I think it is, yeah. Used to be a sneak back in the old days.
Wait, who's rolling?
I'm gonna have Isaac roll.
Okay.
Okay.
That sneaky guy. Sorry.
And how about everybody give me a luck roll?
Okay.
Oh,
Alright.
the three of you
Oh,
that are scouting.
Look at that. We're lucky.
Nice.
And the three of you also give me a track roll.
Oh, that's
Oh, yeah.
bad.
Yeah.
That's bad.
What? How?
Boom! He
wow.
rolls a 3.
Dude,
Check that
I
track
have
roll.
a track. Yes. Oh my lord, I have a track roll of 10 out of that. Oh my god. Okay. Good lord.
Those must
Alright,
be
so,
some really
nice
obvious
work.
footprints.
Isaac and Hector, go ahead and check your track rolls. So as you cross the river and you start kind of riding, slowly down to the southwest, looking for any sign of these logging camps, you would think maybe there'd be some fires going. You're kind of looking for maybe a pillar of smoke or something. Kind of stop, and Isaac stops and kind of sniffs, every once in a while.
Hector's like
Wait.
tasting the ground like the Navajo man.
After a little while, you
He's-
guys notice some tracks. They appear to be pretty fresh tracks. You guys aren't on a trail or a road or anything out here. You're just in the middle of the forest. You guys notice some tracks, and they look rather odd. And the first thing you realize, Isaac, is they appear to be similar. Some of the tracks seem to be similar to the ones you found around Henry Wise's body when you guys found his body. They're human, like barefoot human tracks, but interspersed among them are hoof marks. They're too big to be like mule deer or moose or anything like that you would be familiar with. They're large.
Too big.
The thing is, though, these are not four-legged creatures. These hoof marks they come from bipedal creatures.
This ain't right. I show it to the guys. I'm like, look at this.
Yeah,
I'm just like a bit horrified.
quite odd.
Happy.
It ain't natural.
I've got my hands on my swords,
It's
man. I'm
the
ready to
devil.
go.
It's the devil.
You guys also
Hector's ready to cut something's head off if he sees it, man.
okay.
Keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open.
Eyes are open, hands on swords, ready
So after
to.
I have
traveling
my
a little
gun
bit further,
drawn.
and I'm assuming like Dan and Doctor Who are kind of maybe 500-600 feet behind these guys, kind of pulling coming up the rear as these guys are scouting
Anybody-
ahead.
Any
Maybe a little
peacock
farther.
sounds?
Not yet. After a little
Should we-
while, Isaac, you do catch a whiff of wood smoke from the southwest,
Ooh.
and you come eventually to a clearing in the distance. And in this clearing, there appear to be several wooden structures, kind of like log cabins, and there are also some canvas tents, kind of intermingled with the log cabins. You see some small wood fires going on. It looks like the logging camp in this clearing up there. You can see they've got kind of in the middle of the area. The buildings and tents are sort of built in a circular fashion around a central area. And in the central area, you can see some tables. It looks like they probably use them for cooking and eating and stuff like that. But as you're kind of scoping it out, you don't see any activity. There's no movement. There doesn't seem to be anybody there. The fires just seem to be smoldering. They're not actively burning. But the camp seems to be uninhabited after you watch it for a few minutes.
Well,
How about we
if
wait?
the fire's there, then this hasn't been uninhabited for very long. So.
Well, it's possible.
Says Hector.
It's possible they're probably out actually working. They're probably doing their logging.
I
Yeah, grave robbing.
asked them if we how about we wait until the rest of the guys come up here? Before
Yeah.
The rest of the lumberjacks, or the rest of?
No,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
guys.
After you guys stop and you're kind of scoping this out, the other guys, Dan and Dr. Van Helsing, would come up behind you about 5 or 10 minutes later. You would see these guys they've dismounted, and they're kind of looking down this slope down into this clearing where this lumber camp is,
I ready my rifle.
this logging camp.
We could just go down there and burn the place out.
We know for sure that these are bad guys.
No.
No.
Let's just like.
I guess it's not
slowly
worth
approach.
taking the risk. Let's just kill them all.
Let's like
Well,
put
hold
our
on.
guns away.
It could just
and
be
just,
a
like,
small
slowly
subsection of
approach.
these lumberjacks that are crazy, evil,
can we
four-legged beasts.
Can we search their?
Yeah, well, if you want to go
camp?
down there and try to sort it out, be my guest. But I'm going to be shooting.
What was that quote
I'm-
from the Crusades? Just, don't worry about it. God will know his own. Just kill them all or something like that.
Kill them all and let God sort them out.
Yeah, so it was something along the lines of that. Like the church, like that was their official statement.
That's more of a Cold War quote I gave you there.
Also, apparently,
That's what I'm
surrounding
thinking of.
the
That was
logging
Crusades.
camp
Something
is
like that was.
a fence or some kind of like structure that surrounds it. It's about 6 feet high, and there appears to be sort of a gate. You can see a sign on the gate down there, and Isaac with his eagle eyes, he sees the sign says, Isaac, it says, these premises patrolled by attack dogs. Keep out, it says.
Let everybody know that.
Is that a
There's like
challenge?
Yeah, there's like a chain lock on it.
Oh,
Dogs down there.
it was kill them, for the Lord knows those that are his own. That was
Yeah,
the
it
official
was something
Bible
like that.
statement. By the
Yeah,
Pope.
it was. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, for the Crusades. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, it was something like that. I think that was it.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't see any activity down here.
No, there's this sort of
Let's
quiet
like
sort of
slowly.
stillness.
Let's
Although in
like
the
approach
distance,
it slowly.
yeah, in the distance you can hear the waters of the Red Fox River kind of running in the far distance. You can barely hear it.
Do we hear any
Like,
dogs?
Don't
we
see any
get
dogs.
approach
Don't
it
hear any dogs.
Okay.
We
Let's approach
approach
the camp
the
for right
log
now.
cabins slowly.
Unless you guys want to get into killing the dogs to the river and see what's going on down there first.
Guys, I don't think we should be killing anybody until we're certain of who we're killing.
So let's
I
go
mean,
to the
better
river.
safe than sorry, but
To the river really
Yes,
quick and
but
see.
these are people.
Well, there's 2 eviscerated bodies back there, and those guys are definitely doing it. And they didn't leave natural like Dan. I know you know some voodoo.
Well,
So I appreciate you giving them the benefit of the doubt, but
It's
yeah,
I don't
but
think
how-
logging
how-
camps,
how many-
logging
Arkham
camps take a
Razor
lot of
sort of
fuel.
deal.
We shall.
Were there, Sean?
Let's go
How-
back
Yeah.
to the river.
Yes.
Let's go back
How
to
many
the river
lumberjacks were
then.
there?
How many what?
Say again, Lee?
How many lumberjacks were there at the gravesite?
You remember there being about a dozen lumberjacks that night in the graveyard.
Jeez.
So just keep that in mind.
But I mean,
There are 12 of them there.
all right, with
How
my
many
extremely extensive knowledge of lumberjacking in America, how many lumberjacks would it take to man a camp like this?
This sounds like a joke. How many lumberjacks?
How many
is it
cults?
like?
How many
I was gonna
cultists
ask
does
the
it take to raise Cthulhu?
Judging by the structures, there's about
100.
There are 4 fairly
they all
good
die.
sized log cabin structures, and there's about, I don't know, 10 or 12 tents interspersed among that.
So it could house about how many?
It looks like maybe 20 or more, probably.
See, I'm telling
Okay.
you, I think it's only a subsection of these people. Maybe even if it is just a majority, that's still enough reason not to just blindly start shooting lumberjacks. Not to mention, we have to
Okay,
clean this
are
up.
you having this? Are you having this theologian discussion while we're moving forward through the river and stuff like that, or when are you doing this? Because I think aren't we actively
go back.
doing stuff right now?
You guys are kind of overlooking the campsite in the clearing right now.
I guess in
Okay.
hushed whispers every once in a while, I'm just like, we don't have to kill them. Not all of them. just the ones that were grave robbers. I mean,
Let's avoid the camp for right now and see if we can't go down to the river and scope that out and see what's going on down there. Just quick.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I'm
Well,
cool
you
with
guys
that.
you guys just came from the river. You crossed the river and found the camp. So you want to go back?
So,
Yeah, you guys crossed. There was like a shallow crossing in the
Okay.
Red Fox River here.
Yeah.
Looking at the
So
map.
what-
Can I listen into the listen because of those tracks we found?
I'll give you a listen
Yeah.
roll, Abe. Go roll listen.
All right. Not really good listen, but hey.
Yeah, I'd say you guys are right down Mount Chiao.
All right.
It
I
might
have-
not be the
I'm
worst
gonna
idea
s-
for the whole party to kind of listen. I actually do have a decent listen.
All right.
Can I go for a
Let's
listen
all
real quick?
Sure,
Okay.
let's all listen.
Sure, everybody listen.
Listen. Listen.
Extreme! Oh my god.
Crit.
Critical.
Holy cow.
I got
Oh!
one.
Oh wow, man!
I
Crit-
crit my
crit-
listen
crit.
roll.
I crit my
You
pants.
listen. You know
crit
the
your
universe now.
Did you hear that?
His ears grew 3 times that size that day.
You guys can check those rolls.
Okay.
Quiet. Do you smell something?
Yeah, quiet. You
Yeah.
smell something?
Good, Tom. The site is sort of eerily silent. Okay, there's no sign of any human activity in the logging camp. And Isaac says that sign says there's dogs. You guys don't see any dogs. You don't hear any dogs. What you guys do hear, kind of faintly,
The flapping of butterflies.
the sound of like buzzing flies.
Oh, that was
Somewhere
close.
down there.
Oh.
Wait,
no.
so buzzing flies. Wait, coming from the direction of the camp?
Yeah, like
Oh,
Uh-oh.
That's like
loud enough to even hear from up here where you guys are looking down at it.
I think their
Okay.
evil dog god master got to them first.
Yeah, I think something killed them and they're all rotting down there. So
let's
maybe
go down there.
let's
But-
go in.
But
I
the
check before we do
The atmosphere of the logging camp down there, and it's gray, it's overcast. The sun's not out, and it is still drizzling. The atmosphere is just kind of still and
They have
sinister.
taken care of the other half of the loggers that weren't.
Yeah, well, this is a logging camp, and it is the middle of the day. You'd think we'd be hearing either chopping or lumberjackery going down in the camp.
Yeah,
Some
well,
of-
especially
Also-
a critical
also-
hearing roll and all we hear is
Lumber-
flies. That's a bad sign.
Yeah, lumberjacks do tend to work during the day.
Also, hey,
Lumberjack songs.
there was a war between lumberjacks.
What?
That
There
sounds
was
like
a war.
Great lumberjack war.
Oh,
Territory.
okay, got it. Yeah, they're okay, right. I'm like,
Aristorica war.
Abe, roll your English spoken skill and see if we even understand what you're saying.
there
Yeah,
was
you're-
a war between 3 people.
Dish.
Yeah, half the time he forgets to speak English.
He's telling us about this war in German.
Okay, before we check, can I just really quick check for abnormal tracks in the area, just sort of around this general
Well, we
vicinity?
found those dog-looking ones.
Yeah,
Oh,
not in this area.
oops.
On the way up here, these guys told you, Isaac and Hector noticed some tracks
Well,
not
this
too far
is-
back there in the woods.
Right, and I mean, but that's the other thing. This is a lumber camp, so I'm assuming
Yep.
that these people should be frequently going down
Mhm.
paths and trails and,
Yep.
setting their own way, but we don't see any, human boot prints or, any axes in trees or
No.
anything.
How about some piles of wood? Is there any piles of logs
Yeah.
lying around?
Sure, there's like piles of firewood down there in the camp.
No, not just firewood. I'm talking about
like
logs.
logging.
Yeah, they're lumber.
Yeah.
Is there lumber?
No.
You know what?
See?
This is a front. They're not even lumberjacks.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, I'm a snake oil salesman. I know a scam. when
Yeah. I
see
know
it.
a front when I see it. I'm a snake oil salesman. Yeah.
They're frauds, I tell you.
This
They're
terrible
vampires.
fraud makes me very angry. I get up and I stomp off towards the camp.
They're werewolves.
Like
My
I get
rifle ready.
Yeah.
I get ready.
Yeah. I say we.
Abe pulls out a bottle of whiskey. All right.
Hey, now think about it. Wait, gentlemen,
I was like, I'm thinking
Stop.
about it. I'm like,
listen. Remember
let's
the-
listen.
Remember the story about the dogs that killed? It's probably they're the werewolves. They transform into the wolves if
I
they're
agree.
werewolves. and they kill. So if we walk in there, we're going to get attacked by these lycanthropes as they transform into werewolves. Now
See,
the
now
question is, can they do it during the day or only at night?
Well, we're
Yes.
about to find out.
See, now
I
Van
head into the
Helsing's
camp.
talking about werewolves just out in the open. What's the world coming to?
I head into the camp, rifle ready, silver bullet in the chamber, and bravery
I have
in
my
my
two
gut.
guns ready.
Yeah.
My two Remingtons.
Boy, I wish I had silver swords. Oh well.
A half
Alright,
a gallon
old
of bravery
man-
in my gut.
Old man Dan Kwong, without a word, begins kind of waddling down the hill towards the lumber camp with his rifle in his hand.
I follow him with my two Remingtons.
I take great offense to you saying that I'm waddling.
Hold on. Just an idea.
John, I'm still on my horse.
You're okay. Van
So-
Helsing's on his horse.
Should we maybe scout out the camp
It's
without
noble.
charging in? Just to.
I mean, if you think about it in a way, somebody walking into the middle of a camp is kind of scouting it out. As long as
Yeah,
I mean, from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
Sure. I mean, it still counts as stealth if there's no survivors, no witnesses, right? I mean, that's
Exactly.
There is
Let's see what
like kind of a low wooden wall surrounding the camp, or like a palisade type wall going around it with a gate in the direction facing you. Has a sign there.
Will they taunt me a second time?
Don't you have your straw bag with your dynamite stick in it?
I sure do.
That's all a man needs, really. Thermos.
Just one.
Just
straw
throw
bag,
one.
dynamite.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
Like, place it down.
I march
And one of the
boldly
cabins
unto
is
the
just-
gate.
Okay. You get up to the gate. You see the sign. These premises patrolled by attack dogs. Keep out! Exclamation mark. In
These
red
guys,
paint.
these guys are definitely bad.
I
Nobody
knock.
gets that defensive over a frickin' lumber camp.
It's barred by a single pole padlock barrier.
I knock.
I just, like,
You knock it. Dude,
I kick it.
Abe kicks it.
I hang back just enough that if something pops out, I don't get mauled.
I have a business proposition. Knock, knock, knock. It is business. Knock, knock, knock.
No answer.
That's gonna work.
I prepared
Wow.
to just shoot in the air.
I know
Can
an
I shoot?
exterminator for bugs. Knock, knock, knock.
Anyone in here?
Honestly,
Hello?
dude, I say we
Knock,
just
knock, knock.
open it, man.
I open.
I
answer.
shoot the
I
padlock.
opened the oh wait, it's a padlock. And
Abe, Abe shoots the lock and it busts apart.
I try not to look back
Yeah,
in
there
their general
goes the stealth.
direction.
I'm glad we stealthed up here.
Well, I don't look back, so
The
There's
chain's
that.
loose on the pole now.
I open
I
it.
kick it.
You do. You look into the logging camp.
Yes.
Again, there's some smoldering fires, just some fire pits, like surrounded by rocks. You see several wooden structures, several canvas tent structures. One of the wooden structures appears to be a little bit larger than the others.
Ah.
The wooden structures have windows in them, but the larger wooden structure has a large oaken door on it. You can see there's a lock on that door as well. It looks like the only wood structure that has an actual lock on it.
Okay. And it still is abandoned.
Sounds like that buzzing sound that you heard earlier. It's coming from that building.
Oh, great. I say one more time. I am sorry for breaking your lock. I was hungry and in need of shelter.
Hold on. Wait a minute.
I thought you were an exterminator.
Wait,
Also
hold on.
looking for
Yells the old
lumber.
man.
So first Dan's so incensed by their chicanery, he goes down, storms down to the camp. Then, after he blows off the lock, he decides that he is going to lie bold-faced about what has just happened.
That's
Got it. You
pretty
are
much
a,
exactly
you are-
what just happened.
You are a I'm not sure what you are, but you are fascinating. Go on. Let's see what happens next.
Yeah,
You
I'm
are a
kind
scholar
of
and a gentleman.
Hector's kind of watching. I want to see what happens here.
All right, so I walk towards the nearest wooden building.
Okay, which is the larger one where the buzzing sound's coming from. Now you can see actually from under the front door, you can see these sort of obscene black flies kind of flying in and out of the building. It's definitely where that sound's coming from. It sounds just like a swarm of flies in there or something. Just your standard kind of like, black house flies kind of looking things.
I knock and I say, "Unfortunate botfly season, eh?" Knock, knock, knock.
There's a bad smell coming from in there.
Yeah, it's not happening.
I
Dude.
shoot the lock.
There's no one here.
All right, there's nobody here.
Abe shoots the lock off the door.
Stop!
God, dude, how far away are you? You are an excellent shot. I am sorry
right
for breaking
next to
this
you.
lock as well.
I'm right
Just
next
really
to you.
hungry, man.
I'm right next to you.
Oh, good. Okay, I thought I was alone. I opened the door.
Yeah, no, he's just like sniping from like over the hill above your head.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy's got the eye of a god.
It's like when Van Helsing, who did he shoot? It was Richter, right?
Yeah. From
Yeah. When he he looks through the scope, gets him right in the sights, says never mind, it goes to the iron sights and
Yeah.
nails him right in the chest. Yeah. Exactly.
I think it was a shotgun.
All right, I opened the Grand Poobah's door.
All right, Dan. The door creaks open. And this sort of swarm of flies comes out at you, buzzing around your face, these obscene black flies. As you open the door, as it creaks open, you just discover a scene straight from hell.
Good stuff.
Bones from humans and large animals strung together with half-cured leather straps to make all of the furniture in here. And you see the flayed skin of human bodies lying on the ground in the center of the room.
Oh, dude, this is...
Their heads appear to be stuffed, and several of them just kind of lie on the ground staring towards the door at you.
This is Texas Chainsaw all day
You
long.
see the heads of deer, beavers, and humans have been mounted on the wall of the cabin. And again, the atmosphere in here is very kind of still and sinister, and it just reeks of rotting meat. Obscene black flies hum furiously in the air as they're disturbed by you. A lot of these bodies are just skin that appears to have been flayed from human bodies, but there are whole bodies, or as whole as they can be, because most of them appear to have been eaten. The bones appear to have been gnawed, and you see like blood-stained clothing and other personal effects lying about.
I immediately turn around.
Yeah,
I'm sure the lumberjacks just stumbled into this. This is not the lumberjacks. Dan, you should probably try to make friends with them.
Hey, so are we sure all the lumberjacks are bad now?
I'm gonna have Dan and Abe make some sanity checks here.
Wait, I'm hardened.
Not that hardened.
Oh.
This is unnatural, dude. This is nothing you've ever seen before.
It wasn't the dead people that got you. It was the animals.
Yeah, I mean, there's like actual benches and chairs and end tables that are fashioned from human bones.
Nice. We only lose one.
And the human heads that have been mounted on the wall, especially Grizzly.
I'm like cannibals. This guy's.
Yeah, the bodies have been definitely eaten by something with very sharp teeth.
Cannibals.
If you made the roll, you lose 1 sanity.
All right.
Looks like both of you made it.
I've seen this sort of terrible thing in the war.
Question is, do you guys
Don't
want
do
to
more?
surf it?
No, you've never seen anything like this in the war.
It now, since you've made the rolls, before we burn this place to the ground.
So
I look to.
maybe these aren't the
You
way.
guys kind of standing back
Just
away
like a
from the
little bit.
door, I would say, see this sort of, Dan kind of puts his hand up over his mouth, kind of because of the smell that kind of rolls out of here and these flies. And he
I
has this
just
kind of
crumble.
look of both of them, Abe and Dan, kind of have this shock, their eyes wide with horror as they stare into this building.
But I immediately snapped out of it and just
Yeah.
like shakily just like turn around and
Yeah,
have my
Abe turns
guns.
around white as a ghost.
like my guns shaking.
What'd you see in there, Abe?
So are they friendly?
I look from my sack back to Abe, back to the sack, back to Abe, and in a white-knuckled fury, I take out that stick of dynamite and I light it and I toss it into the house and.
Wait. Maybe we should search it before we blow shit up.
Dan
Yeah,
has a
but
lit. Dan has a
you're not-
lit stick of dynamite in his hand right now.
I toss it into the Grand Poobah's house.
I'm like, wait.
I run back. I run back.
Jeez.
Run away!
And I run towards the
Move away.
hill.
Like
I move
we
away
play
from
the
the
runaway
doorway.
music. Run away! Run away!
Dan, can you give me a throw roll?
Yes. Although if I miss a giant house,
Just don't fumble, whatever you do. He throws it and it goes back down the back of his shirt.
Oh shit!
What?
well, that's okay.
All right, you get it in there.
That's okay.
That's not too bad. You can't check it though. Don't check that.
Oh, I will
So,
not.
so Dan kind of underhand tosses the stick of dynamite into the cabin.
I just run.
And I also
Abe runs.
towards the
Isaac
house,
runs.
and I yell something obscene in Chinese.
All right, boom! This black smoke comes rolling out the door and the windows. Some of the windows are painted in glass, but they've been painted black. You can see the smoke kind of coming out of the windows as well. And you begin to hear like the crackling of fire from the inside. Dan, looks like you set it on fire in there.
And I immediately go to the next wooden building and I bust through the door, kick it
Okay.
open, bam!
All right, looks like there's some wooden cots in here. Just some personal effects. Looks like just the living quarters.
Burn it.
All right,
Nothing unusual.
rifle.
I'm
all right,
guessing you're going.
rifle ready. I move to the next wooden structure. Boom! I kick it open. Rifle ready.
Nobody in there.
Next one. Boom! Kick it open.
Nobody in there.
Okay.
I yell up to the hill. No one here! We burn place down now!
The larger wooden structure, you can see the red flames kind of licking up out of the windows. Looks like it's gonna start burning pretty quickly here.
All right, I'm gonna start searching the empty ones.
So you see billows of black smoke going up into the sky now.
I get a torch.
What'd you
Yeah,
say, Stuart?
Hector's gonna start searching these empty ones before we burn those two, just to double check there's nothing important in there.
No,
Like
there's
look
not,
for like false floors,
check the
anything like
floor?
that.
no,
Did you
there's
check
really
the
nothing of
swamp
interest. These are
Okay.
earthen floors in most of these tents and structures.
Okay.
I mean, it looks like some lumberjack types do live here, some kind of woodsman or something. Look, everything looks fairly human, fairly normal, fairly everyday kind of stuff, except for the hell shack.
I let
No,
out the
search the
peacock
bullshit.
call and I start
It was
signaling
art, man.
for the.
That's
I
modern
use
art.
a
You
torch
can't, you
to
can't
burn
judge
up
art.
all the tents and get prepared for like burning the cabins as well.
All right, so it sounds like you guys are just gonna burn the fucker down.
Yes. Yes.
I give
All right,
as detailed
That's
description
dramatic.
as I can of
Hold
the
on.
place.
Hold on. Searching the hell shack before it burns.
It's blown up, sir.
Okay.
I mean, it's on fire.
Mr. Kwong will not abide by that. No, sir.
Says the old man.
I mean, it's bad enough that they were. It's bad enough that they were making furniture out of human skin, but impersonating lumberjacks.
There's a
Such hardworking members of our blue collar community. How could they do that? It's a disgrace.
The backbone of our industries.
Technically, yeah.
I am.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
So I guess we can proceed here.
I burn all the cabins.
Anything?
Oh, yeah,
interesting
they're
in those
burning.
Cabins? Good.
Like,
Let's get out of
in
here
my-
and head back to the...
I just, again, I gotta, like, the pendulum swing, like, so far.
Oh,
It's like,
while this- while
it's
this
like Dan Kwan, like, Mercy makes a mental note. Dan Kwan is completely unstable
Yeah.
and erratic. He went from, you know, trying to save all these people to burning down the town.
Yeah, he went from 0 to 60 real quick, man.
He had a hard childhood. He came.
Well,
from
yeah, but
a
also
family.
take from humans will make you do that.
Yeah, I guess so. I didn't see it, so I don't know. All I know is that Dan was like, maybe there's kitchens down there. Let's be kill everyone, burn it down.
Oh no,
Human
he,
head mounted on the wall.
Like for like, Abe, it's like, what the fuck?
Look,
He
if
has
there's
it on
anything
Magnus.
Dan Kwong values, it's human
Whatever.
life, and that is
Abe-
profane. Absolutely
Last-
unacceptable.
Nothing to slight the good name of the lumberjacks. Abe, you on the other hand, like, we couldn't drag you out of town this week, you know, with skinwalkers at hand. You're barging in, like, shooting off locks. I think Dan Kwan and Abe should be kept separated. They're not good for one another.
I guess it's been revealed that Dan Kwong has a really severe hatred of lumberjacks or something.
No, it's not that I
Somebody-
hate lumberjacks. I hate this
Wait a minute.
profaning
white
of...
people.
Like, I described the scene for them.
He has a love of lumberjacks.
No, like, I described the scene of the room.
I mean, that sounds like there was some pretty decent furniture in there, man. Somebody put a lot of work into that.
I know.
See, Dan Kwong hates the profaning of human life like that. You know, those people deserve a burial. I was going to say something when we were not going to bury that poor man up on the hill, which we are going to go back and do now because we have to.
I'm like,
And then we have
no.
to go back to Red Fox Inn, and we have to get holed up there, and we have to be ready for these werewolves to take their vengeance.
I mean, sir, who are you to judge these people's taste in art? You're oppressing them, sir.
I'm not oppressing.
Well,
They
they're
literally carved
depressing
up,
me.
killed,
I think the question is,
Did you oppress me?
let's figure out. Are we going to go
What
back
is that?
to? Does it make more sense strategically to go back, or just wait for these guys to come back here and?
It makes way more sense strategically to go back to the Red Fox Inn. That's territory that we know. That is that we have more people there. And
Let's
also,
get
if we
prepared.
die there and the place gets burned down, it's on the sheriff's radar.
Okay, well, I know that's the way you felt. I wanted to get some other opinions because you're
Oh.
like, run back to the house. Not that that's a bad idea, but I'm just wondering if
Oh.
there's anything else there.
Oh, I see. You just don't value my opinions. Oh.
No, I value more than just one opinion. That's gonna have to.
We might want
Dan, you're
to.
gonna have to deal with that.
We might want to take a look around the camp itself and see if there's any other tracks leading somewhere.
Oh, well, yes, obviously.
Like, I'm just like gonna go.
In fact, you know what? Let's not go back to the place at all. Let's stay right here.
No, I want to go.
Oh, you guys don't want to? You don't want to stay right here, wait for them to come back, and then kill them as they arrive?
No, that's not...
I'm kidding.
It's
That's
not going to be a good idea.
That's a good way to die. I was joking.
How much,
It's a very-
how much daylight do we have, and can we get back to the houses before it falls dark?
It's
Burn
probably,
the fucker down.
it's probably getting to be about noon time. Maybe it'll pass noon at this point.
All right, well,
Burn the fucker down.
let's do a quick check for tracks. We didn't find any in and around. Do we? If we closer investigation before we leave?
Yes.
Isaac's able to find some more strange hoof mark like tracks in the area down here. Other than that, you mean maybe some boot prints, things like that.
What kind of creature has hooves that's on two legs?
They kind of come and go into the camp. I mean, they're kind of interspersed around the
disabled cow.
the
Well-
perimeter of the camp. They don't seem to be
I'm
going
not
in
wrong.
any particular
I mean-
direction.
A disabled cow.
That is the punch.
I mean,
Abe's
when you
like-
think about it,
The fuck?
All right. Well,
What kind of sick mind are you?
So, with that in mind, we've destroyed a summer camp for disabled cows. Way to go, Dan. All right. Let's head back to the Red Fox Inn and hunker down for the big attack because it's probably coming.
Yeah,
Says
it's
Mercy.
gonna come.
Then he spits. They're coming.
I will not deny that I acted hastily, but I will not abide by that kind of that display.
Like I get like my helmet out from my horse,
I just
Just
don't
place
get
it on
modern
me.
art, man.
like my Prussian helmet.
So if we ride back to the Red Fox Inn with our helmets on, explanations for burning down, obviously good places to burn down. How long does it take us?
Let's see. I would estimate it's only about an hour and a half back to the Red Fox Inn, if that.
With a hard
through the-
ride?
through the forest.
So we get
Yeah,
there
well,
what,
it's-
like
Yeah, it's a
Let's
forest.
ride hard.
Yeah, about 2:30ish, I would say. Yeah.
Like
okay.
we ride as fast as we can.
I mean, it's kind of rough terrain, and it is a forest. It's not like you're riding at a gallop or anything. It's just kind of riding through the woods. There are no trails.
No
mean, you have to-
trails?
No, I mean you have to kind of go through some streams and some gullies and
There was no trail from the lumberjack place to the Red Fox Inn.
no.
That's
yellow
Like I
insane.
get my guns out while we're going back.
These lumberjacks did not know how to do their job, and that was another good reason to burn down their cabins.
It was, and it just goes to show that there was no real activity here at all. Because otherwise, there would be trails, like you say. Once we get back, is there any way we can craft more ammunition, or do we have enough time for that, or what do we want to do when we get back, guys? Prepare for.
Yes, okay.
I'm gonna ask him.
Reinforce the windows, man.
Right.
Like
So
an
immediately
expansive
once
bullet?
we get back to the encampment here, back to the Red Fox Inn, I leap off my horse. I run directly into the main kitchen there. Is Frank Coville there?
Hey, what are you gonna do
no.
with your good stuff wagon, man?
We are going to use that to barricade a door.
All right. Good
Frank.
idea.
So is
Hey,
Frank here?
Doctor Who.
Yes.
Can you help me sedate my bounty
Easily.
for the day? A little.
Easily.
I've never heard of something so
He just
simple.
You're
breaks the
insulting him,
bottle
man.
all
Give him a
over his
challenge.
How long do you want to know?
We
I
just
can
wanna last
imagine
for
the
remainder
doctor
of the
just
day.
breaking a bottle over his head.
Yeah, here he is down
I've been
there.
giving
to the
Red Harlow laudanum, but I mean he's still a little. He's a son of a bitch.
I think the proper milligram.
Knowing Dr.
Put it in my
Who,
syringe, and I
He's gonna
inject it
break
into
a
his
bottle over his
bloodstream.
head.
he could
What
probably
did you
kill
do,
him for
Dr.
3
Who?
hours.
I'm going to take the proper milligrams and put in the syringe of an opium heroin base. It'll keep him in almost like a comatose state for 24 hours.
Okay.
His breathing will shallow. He'll just be really quiet. And he'll be like, to help you heal, but it'll just to keep him knocked out.
Yeah.
He's chasing the dragon.
Exactly.
All right. So you administer their narcotics to Red Harlow. You get the stethoscope out. Doctor said.
Right into his jugular vein.
Is Frank Coville in the bar?
Well, he was out chopping wood. He comes back after a little while once you guys get back to the inn.
Mr.
They're
Coville!
board up the windows.
What?
Mr. Coville, we are in danger.
What?
Listen, that lumberjack encampment not too far up the road. You know the lumberjacks.
Yes.
They're not actually lumberjacks.
They're not actually
monsters.
lumberjacks. They're monsters. They held this
They kill
strange
people.
shrine of flesh. They're killers. They kill
didn't
people
even
and they
cut
kept
the wood.
bodies in their shack up there, and they just pretended to be lumberjacks. I'm telling you that we burned
Your
down
grandmother was probably crafted into furniture.
we burned down their place, and I know you're going to think that this sounds insane, but you could go up there yourself and see it. It's terrible.
Well, you could if we didn't burn it down, but
Well, he still
That is
could.
a
Shut
really
up.
good point.
He's. Listen, I think that they might
He's
come
probably gonna
back and
freak out.
try and get vengeance, and I don't know
He's
any
gonna
other
freak
place.
out again.
This is probably where they'll be coming. And listen, they are killers. We need to be ready.
Yeah, just absorb that for a second.
He's
He
gonna-
says, "Are you saying that they're like witches or possessed by the devil, or
They could
I'm
be
feeling a
devil
little,
worship-
I'm feeling a
Oh,
little
no,
all
no.
overish, fellas."
They could be devil
They're
worshippers.
witches.
Yes, I don't really know, but the point is that they're bad men with blood on their hands.
I mean, this is a lot to take in, you know. I mean, it's it's all on one stick. He says.
Coville, get a hold of yourself. We need to board up the windows.
smack him back and forth across the face. Snap out of it, man! You know.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I'm like going back up. I'm just like, I'm tired.
Listen,
He
Coville,
says,
they
he
were
says
not
that
dead.
all sounds like, you know, catching a weasel asleep to me, as in unlikely.
Oh, okay. Caveat, as in unlikely. Okay, Coville, listen. We need. This is bad. This is very bad. There are a group of killers that are going to come, and they might come at the night. I don't know when. They might be planning something. We have no information on them or their whereabouts. They were not at the camp. They are not lumberjacks. We don't know where they are. And when they go back and they see that we blew up their weird witch shrine, I know that they're going to want to take vengeance. And we are the
Are they
closest
coming
people.
here?
I
he
think
says?
so.
I mean, yeah, probably.
Well, he says if they're coming here, we better get ready to fix their flint.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah!
He pulls out a shotgun from behind the bar.
Mr. Coville, we need to board up the windows. Is that okay?
Mrs. Colville's like, "Okay, what's going on, Frank?" He's like, "Don't worry,
I
honey."
take care of Mrs. Colville. I give her the old charm. Keep her busy, you know. Keep her mind off everything.
Jesus.
She doesn't need to worry. Here, what's my hair? Can I roll a charm for this one here?
She's like, "Land sakes, what's going on?" Like, "Don't worry, honey. We'll take care of this."
Maybe we could use these chickens as bait.
Here, I try to calm down. I try to charm Miss Colville. Keep her, you know.
In line.
Here, can I charm her real quick?
Nah, there's no reason to really charm her.
Okay,
mean,
well,
she's-
I charmed her
she's-
earlier.
She's not quite as freaked out as Frank at this point. Frank seems like he's come around a little bit. At least he's got a shotgun in his hands. Like he's kind of believing what you guys are saying. I mean, Mrs. Colville still seems pretty calm. I mean, she's standing there with you guys.
Somewhere in the back of Mercy's head, he thinks, need to watch Ellen. She might be one of them. She's a little too calm.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Let's bar the windows, gentlemen. I pull out hammer and I have
Oh,
nails,
yeah.
back
We'll
of nails. Ching!
Yeah.
All
Oh,
right.
by
Like,
the way,
I go
since I used
back
that charm earlier,
upstairs.
should I mark off that charm real quick?
Like, I
Well,
open
check it.
any
I used it earlier.
windows.
Yeah. I think you made it earlier. You can check charm.
Yeah,
just
I totally,
open it.
I
There's
totally
a whole
forgot.
hell of a lot of
Help
windows
us.
in this place in the Red Fox Inn. I mean, in the main floor, the main structure. I mean, I'm counting. Let's see, at least 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10. Looks like there's about 11 or 12 on the main second floor. You got about half that
Well,
many.
How about this? Leave
we'll
the
at
second
least
floor
nail
open.
them shut.
Okay.
Leave the second floor open.
Mr. Coville, is there an attic?
Yeah, the windows are paned with glass, and they have shutters on the inside of them that you could shut and nail shut if that's what you wanted to
No,
do.
no, I don't want
On
that.
the first
to
floor,
happen.
yeah. On the first floor, yeah. Not on the second floor. Correct?
Okay.
Yeah, but I open every window in that.
Actually,
On the
Mr.
second floor?
Coville, do you have a long
Mhm.
ladder?
This is, yeah, got a ladder out in the workshop.
I'll be right back. and I go out to the workshop. I grab a ladder, and is it long enough to get to the second story roof?
Yeah.
All right. I set that up. I grab a bunch of ammunition, like a bucket of ammunition from my, and I guess I have still the 30 shells that are silver, which is fine. Then I'll go ahead and I'll climb on up to the second story to the flattest part, and I will keep an eye out for any oncomers. Oh, and I'll also have I'll take like a part of my basket. I'll like take a loaf of bread and some water.
Do you have like something now like warn us?
Do I have a whistle? Were whistles a
What,
thing?
do
Yeah.
you want us
Whistles
to
were
take the
definitely a
ladder,
thing back
Yeah.
then.
Yeah.
ladder
Alright,
where it is?
I will take a silver
What-
whistle.
Dan wishes he had a
Do you
silver
want to leave the
whistle.
ladder where it is? Leave the ladder there
You gonna leave it? Yeah, you can leave it up against the side of the end.
against the side of the house like
No,
that?
sir,
or do you want
that's
us to
why
take that-
No, sir, that is why I brought some water and some bread.
So we'll take the ladder down.
Yeah.
Dan, aren't you kind of old to be climbing a 20-foot?
Yeah, well, you know what? This is
I mean, you were gonna feel that in the morning.
this is an old revolutionary's trick.
Okay.
It's an old revolutionary trick. The thing is that you get the ladder, then you take the opium, then you ignore the fact that you're 100 years old and get up there anyway.
With the opium, see, as long as you're stubborn-minded, you know, with the opium in your system, you won't feel a thing.
All right, so to be specific here for you, Dad, I have 1 day of rations
We'll
with
take
me.
the ladder.
I have 2 sticks of dynamite. I have additional ammunition for my rifle. I brought my shotgun up here, as well as some medical supplies, my bedroll, binoculars, and 50 feet of rope.
So Dan's on the roof.
Yes,
Am
I'm
I
all
getting you
set
right?
up. Yes, I have a sniper's post on the roof, and I'm
Where
keeping an
are you
eye
at?
on the roof of the Red Fox Inn.
I'm gonna like be positioned near him, nearest to him.
Okay.
So we're like 100% sure they're coming this way.
All right. So you've barred the
Not at all.
main floor windows the best you can, and the main structure here. There is a separate structure out here where there's like a workshop and a small stable, and some other some guest accommodations in part of that. So if everybody just wants to kind of position themselves in the building, kind of where they're hanging out. I mean,
Yeah,
it sounds-
so this is this here.
yeah, the second floor is kind of off the map to you, right?
Okay, this is okay, got it.
If you kind of zoom out a little bit, hold down Alt and use your mouse wheel, you can zoom out a little bit and maybe get a better view of everything.
Have we successfully boarded all the windows?
Yeah, the best you could, yeah.
Also,
mean, there
to
were-
answer your question, I think we're maybe 30% sure that they'll come tonight. But if they don't arrive, if they're not here by the morning, then we can write out, get the sheriff, and we can have him look and see all the body parts and the bones and the burned down ashes. And then this place should be secure enough for us to get out of town.
Yeah, he's probably gonna believe you.
After, like, 20
Where's
bodies are
the-
located? Yeah.
This is the main entrance to the inn right here. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. There's like a little courtyard outside.
Okay, so what
Got a
I'll
chicken
what
coop
Mercy
and all
will okay, cool. What Mercy will do is kind of set up, unless of course Abe is setting up here. I'm going to set up on the second floor, right by this window. Is there a way to
Alright.
flip myself around?
Yeah, there should be a little blue X
saw-
or a blue box that's kind of outside the square of circles. You can grab, you can click and
It's set
drag
up
that
like
blue
right
square to turn yourself
here.
around. Or you can just
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah.
actually you can also, I think, what I usually do. Here, let me. If you what was it? You, I think. Here, let me see.
I have my position. Basically in this room.
Dad, what's the name
see.
for a door that's the only way?
Oh,
in
it's
and
E.
out?
If you select your token and hold down the E key on your keyboard, you can mouse wheel your guy and spin them around. I'm sorry,
This
what?
is my room.
What's the name of a door that's the only way in and out of a fortification?
Sallyport?
A sally port. This is our sally port, guys, because there's the only way in.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I
So-
was gonna go like right here, and if they try to get in, I'll just cut them.
Okay. So it
I
gets
mean,
to
I'm
be,
melee, so
it's Thursday afternoon. It gets to be about dusk at this point, right? Evening's coming. The twilight hour. And Dan and Doctor Who and Hector, you're in the main general area out here where the bar is and everything. And Annie Louder, the maid, kind of cleaning the tables after your meal and all of that. You guys noticed that Frank was just in here a little bit ago, but you don't see him anymore.
Did I see him leave? I'm on the roof.
No, you didn't see him.
is there a basement?
No, there's no basement. I mean, there's a cellar attached to the stable area over there. It's
I
like
yell
a
for
fruit
it, like-
cellar.
You should probably yell for him.
I call Frank. Hey, Frank, where you at, fam?
Oh, Annie says, "Oh, he went out to tend the horses."
I didn't see him do that?
Yeah.
Suddenly, you hear this horrible scream rending the evening air.
Oh, Jesus.
So I'm looking out the my window here.
I'm
Where-
looking out as well.
Does the
where
door have a
crowd's
window
coming
so
from.
I can see?
The scream sounds like it's coming from the stables over here.
God Almighty. Okay.
All right, I'm scanning the grounds.
The War
Hold
Club will charge for the door, man. He's not gonna let that stuff stand.
Dad, I do have a
He's
clear
the
line
next guy.
here, right? I have a clear.
Anybody who wants to
sight.
follow me? Anybody who wants to follow me?
Pretty clear, yeah.
What
Can
the
we
heck is
see
going on?
what's
What's
can't
going
see-
on?
I mean, remember, there's roofs on it. This structure over here is a one-story structure. There's a roof. I mean, you can't see inside the structure, but you can see.
I open the
no sign
window.
of Frank or anything.
Okay.
All right, you open the window.
Mhm.
I
I try to climb out.
Okay, you do. And you hear Ellen. She says, "Oh my God, that's Frank!"
Oh shit.
And she comes running in here. Somebody go help him! Frank!
Where is he? Can we
Going.
see him? Where is he?
The scream sounded like it was coming from the direction of the stables over here,
I yell
Am I
down.
still-
where the horses are.
I yell down to Isaac. I didn't see him enter.
Now you hear that some of the horses screaming over there. Now the horses are screaming.
All right.
Dan, you see a
I
couple of the
shoot-
horses go running off down the path to the north, up towards the barn.
I shoot.
A horse?
No. No.
The horse is in league with him.
All right. My rifle's ready
I
here.
shoot like into the air.
You're not seeing anything. You guys hear a gunshot somewhere.
Oh
You
God.
figure, oh, that must be Abe.
Hector, you gonna come
I
over
like
with
to
me into
go
the
back,
stable?
Like I walk over towards.
Yeah, I think I will. I mean, if this guy's dying, we can't just, let him die.
I walk
I've
towards
got-
Dan.
I've got my sights set here and here by the cellar entrance and by the exit into the barn.
Okay.
I'm
see anything.
swords out, dude. I'm ready to kill.
You actually, Alex, you see Dog standing over here by this doorway. He's barking madly.
A dog. Which direction is he barking at?
He's barking at this door right here. And he sees you guys, and he's barking at you now.
How the hell did this chick see Frank and scream, "Oh my God, that's Frank"? Where the
She
hell
just
is
heard-
Frank?
She recognized his scream. You heard him scream.
Like
You
I'm
guys
at the edge
Didn't
of the
recognize
roof.
it as Frank, but apparently she recognized it as Frank.
I'm at.
So
the
it's
edge of the
inside
roof.
there. Should we just kick down the door and go in?
Yes.
I just go back to where I was and
And
just
are you
try to
with
go
us,
down.
Dan?
Up.
Oh no, I'm on the roof still.
I'm
You're on
near
the
you,
football.
man. I'm near you.
Yeah. Abe, okay. Me and
with-
Hector will approach the door, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
We gotta,
do.
I'm like right over here.
gotta save this guy,
Yeah.
man.
The dog's
got my-
barking madly right next to you.
Engage
We're like
out.
here.
Yeah.
Kick open the door, man.
Be advised, I have my 10 gauge double barrel sawed off.
Alrighty.
So Abe, are you on the roof with me?
Yeah.
Cool.
I
see
opened
Isaac
the
and Hector
window
at
and
the door?
climbed
So Isaac will kick the door in.
All right, and also from Isaac and Hector's vantage point, looking to the north here, you see the horses running. I mean, they're pretty far away now, but you see a couple horses running to the north there, away from the inn. You kick open the door. It's a small sort of workshop area in here. There's a storage area with some barrels, boxes, and you see the open door to the stable up here in the wall. The door's open, and you see Coville's body lying on the ground right here, and it looks like his throat has been torn open.
I don't actually go out, but I'm gonna watch this door real quick, just in case something tries to come back around this way.
Okay.
You know
'Cause if
we're
something-
overlooking you guys, right?
Okay. Oh, that's right. You are. Okay. All right.
Yeah,
all right. So maybe.
you guys
So
see
all right, we'll
Isaac
keep going.
enter the workshop there.
All right.
These
So yeah,
things
if you
must
guys
be
see
able
a
to
dog
invisible.
thing coming after us, you know, if you see a if you see anything come near this door, you know the sign. You know, cacao. Just give it a shout.
You guys
You'll know
also,
the sign, it'll sound like my Henry rifle going
as you guys are peering into the stable, past Frank's body on the ground, whose throat has been torn open. You see several horses appear to be lying dead in the stable as well. A
Okay.
few of
So
them appear to be
if
like
it
Dan's
came-
horses, some of your horses as well.
Great.
No!
damn it. So wait, if it came from over here, and the horses ran this way, if I can click. Okay.
Yep. the
That
barn
means this
door's
thing could
open.
already
Barn doors-
have gone out and
Barn
be
doors open.
out.
Impossible,
here.
because we've had eyes on this place.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'll
but we
wait
didn't
for
even
Lucky.
see Frank go in. So how the hell did Frank get in here?
Wait for Lucky. Let's
How
I
about-
turned to Hector. I'm like, let's investigate this place. Let's go in here, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right,
Let's see
Dad.
what's
I'm
wrong.
scanning the area much harder now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep your eyes right here. Because
Oh,
if
you're
something
looking.
comes in that door, we're dead.
over here too.
Yeah, the horses that ran off are run out of sight now. There is a barn, Fox Inn up there. You see some cows in the pasture up there. That's about all you see. The sun is now going down. It's beginning to get dark. In the stable, altogether, you guys, you find 6 dead horses. Their throats also ripped out.
Wow.
Some of their, yeah.
Somebody
some of their-
really needs to work on Frank's care for animals.
Yeah, there's some very severe bite marks as well. Isaac, again, this wasn't done by a cat or a bear. This was done by, I mean, what you would bet best. I mean, as far as natural creatures that you may be even familiar with, or
Okay.
look like, alligators or crocodiles or something. That's how big the fucking bite marks are on these things.
What's is this door open right here?
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
actually, no door there. I don't think it's just an open area.
It is? Okay. I'm gonna poke my head in there. Make sure nothing's in here.
Okay.
I'm gonna go about there just so I can see everything without actually having to, die.
Yeah, this was actually Max Hood's room in here, his living quarters. Nothing unusual.
I failed.
There's like a
for-
wooden cot, small table, couple chairs, wood
spell
stove. No spell books.
Is there any chance that me or Dan can use the spot hidden?
Dog is still outside barking. I'll let you know if you need roll spot hidden. But yeah, strangely, I mean, Dan and Abe, you're not spotting anything up there on the roof. It is starting to get dark. There does a little bit of a fog starts rolling in from Lake Wapato now.
Well,
It's still
if
gray and drizzly.
scan
Okay.
this place and there's nothing here, we'll go back in
Nothing.
after we'll secure the barn door again. Secure the door and we'll
Okay.
bring,
Yeah.
Close the door. Yeah, there's
corpse inside, I suppose. Or rabbit,
Ellen-
something.
Ellen screams and faints as you bring Frank's body in the front door.
All right.
Hmm.
I asked if
She's
they
out.
could
You
bring
never
out
really-
the.
He really
They
never
can
has
bring
to
the
leave.
ladder.
You know some guys who do some good furniture with the body.
Oh my god.
Is there anything the doctor can do for him?
I ask if you guys can bring their ladder over for us. We're not going to do much good in the dark and fog.
Actually, we can just crawl over to climb into the window.
I'm like 14,000 years old or something.
Hector and Isaac, carry Frank's body into the inn here, and Ellen just, she puts her hands to her head and she screams, "Ah!" And then she just faints dead away right onto the floor there. Annie also kind of screams. She looks upset. She's crying. She's like, "Mr. Colville, what happened? Is he dead? Oh my God, he's dead! And something ripped out his throat. What's going on?"
Right.
How on earth did he get there
to
with
Isaac?
That's what
And
I'm
how
trying to
did
figure out. How did
the
He'll be
thing
okay.
get in there? Like, either there's
It'll
some
be
way
okay.
in and out that connects these two buildings, or Coville's actually the monster.
Maybe
Like-
maybe the lumberjacks are invisible.
Well, see, that's what I'm
Yeah,
thinking.
dude,
That's-
don't even joke, because that's happened. Like,
Frank, I mean, I just don't understand how Frank Coville got in there, and more importantly, why he died if he's one of them.
He just left. We didn't notice. He got in there. They killed him and they fled.
But
As the sun sets and darkness falls, you guys begin to hear the familiar,
Annie.
well, to you that have been here in the Red Fox Inn for a few days, you begin to hear that gibbering meeping sound coming from the woods to the west.
Dad, before the night rolls in,
can we light the woods on fire? Just take a thing of TNT and throw it over there.
What?
Throw it in that general direction.
I say we hunt that freak bird and
Yeah,
kill it.
dude, let's take these things out.
Dad, before night rolls in, Dan is going to move his wagon over here to block the entrance to the actual stable, and he's going to tie up these horses, the remaining horses, out here in the open by the chickens.
There's something rather unfortunate that Dan realizes when he goes out to a wagon. First, you hear these sort of strange bird monkey sounds coming from the woods out there in the fog. Now they're coming from like the direction of the barn to the north that you can't see.
Never mind, I take that whole plan back.
You realize that the two rear wheels of your wagon have been broken. They're like shattered.
Why do the bad guys always break my wagon? What did my wagon ever do to anybody?
Wait, but when did they get shattered? Did it just happen?
It looks like the wheels were just busted apart by something.
Alright, this is getting too spooky. I go back inside. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a phantom destroyer out there.
Yeah, we can't see it.
Something
Yeah, he
just broke
sounds
my
like-
wagon wheels.
If we can't see it, we can't fight it.
I get the
Hey,
dog
Bart.
inside. I'm gonna save one life at least.
Abe, are you still up on the roof?
No.
Okay.
I'm still in the second story window.
Mercy, out of the second story window, you look down. You see Dan out there by his coach,
Yep.
and you see him inspecting the wheels on it. And you realize, looking down there, the wheels are just busted. The rear wheels are just busted apart.
I let
You
out
see
a
Dan
series of very loud curses in Mandarin.
Yeah. But Mercy, looking out to the north now towards the barn, you can't quite see it through the darkness and the fog. But right around your edge of vision out there, you see just in the little bit of light that's left, a lone rider on a horse. It's like a pale looking horse.
Drop them.
Oh my gosh, it's Sheriff Elliott
Right.
Never mind, don't drop them.
riding up the track on his horse up to the Red Fox Inn.
Sheriff
All right.
Elliott!
Oh, and he actually sees you at the window and he waves.
Sheriff!
Mercy.
Sheriff, right to the inn! Fast!
The sheriff hears you, Dan, and he looks, and you see him, he's kind of like squinting, and you see him kind of spur his horse a little bit. He's waving at you now too, Dan. He's like,
I'm scoping him. I'm scoping him up with just because I think maybe whatever's gotten Frank and the horses and
Yeah.
whatever has got to
gonna
be
kill him.
out there. Yeah.
Move,
so I'm
Sheriff,
trying to take
move! There's a
a
killer!
silver shot at whatever is going to come that way.
suddenly out of the darkness, to sort of the right side of the sheriff as you're looking for him, you see this loathsome looking shape. It's a humanoid on all fours. Looks like it has this dark, rubbery looking skin, hoof like feet, has canine features, and has these bony, spur licking claws in its hands. It leaps out of the darkness up onto the sheriff's horse, and you see it chomp its fucking maw, its teeth right into the sheriff's throat, and you hear the sheriff scream, "Ah!" as he
Okay,
falls.
Drop it.
Alright.
Drop
while
it.
I'm
We both
watching this,
shoot.
I start shooting it. Yeah.
Yeah, we fire.
Shoot that thing, dude.
All right, it's a pretty tough range, but let's how about we take a couple minute break right here?
Ah, that's good.
Get a drink.
Okay.
Yeah, drink
God.
break.
Dang it, I didn't
Drink.
save any lives. I didn't save
God almighty.
any lives. Not one life.
Dude, it's Cthulhu. Everyone dies.
Be right back.
Everyone dies. The end. No one survives.
Okay. Who's here? No.
I am.
Hello.
When it comes to seeing things like a shack full of corpses, I try to still think like, yes, I know it is a game where investigation is very important, but also I'm a human being, you know. I mean, I think that that's the kind of knee-jerk reaction
I think you did.
I'd
I
have.
think you did the right thing.
I mean, if
Like
I
I
were
said,
a true Cthulhu investigator, I would have just been like, corpses? Nah, where's the cool spirit vases? I don't care about no stinking corpses. But no, I don't think that's realistic.
I think you made the right call. It's still fun to mess around with you about it, though.
That's true.
Don't
Yeah,
expect, don't expect that not to happen, because that's gonna happen.
well, it has to happen. I don't know what we're gonna do about this werewolf. It's a weird, invisible, teleporty demon monster. It's not even a werewolf. It's got hooves. It's the
I
devil.
know. It's bad news. I'm sure we'll handle it in our own. Hello. I am gonna have to terminate my play at midnight. I gotta get up at 4:30 tomorrow morning. So
No problem. Yeah, we do too. Alex has to work too, so we got about another half hour.
yes, yeah, I can do a half hour.
Should be plenty of time for some Old West mayhem here,
It may survive a half hour.
with the first mingling of the mythos.
That's
All right.
cool. I came back just in time.
So just
Dad,
to save some time here, let
Can
me
I
add
roll my
everybody.
Cthulhu Mythos to see if I know what it is? Oh wait, I still have a 0.
Sure.
Also, it's a 0.
So we hear the report of the rifle.
Yeah, Mercy, I'll give you a shot.
Immediately rush up.
It's
Okay.
not gonna be an easy shot. Between the darkness and the distance and the moving target, I'm gonna give you 2 penalty dice to hit the thing.
How do I roll for that?
Just roll either your firearms or just roll right from your weapons table there. Use the gray die, and we're gonna look
Okay.
at the -2 row.
And Dad,
So
given
you're-
that I'm out here with a readied weapon, can I get a fire? Can I get a shot too?
Sure. Yeah, since you're out in the open, they're kind of looking out in the distance. You see the sheriff as well, but he's been He's dismounted now. He's been pulled off his horse by this thing, and it's on top of him. It's like mauling him at the
Well, it's a
moment.
still target at least.
And he's screaming. You'll also get 2 penalty die for the rifle shot.
All right.
No.
Nice.
It looks like, well, yeah, but you're gonna have to roll 3 times though.
Right. Sorry.
Oh,
You can take
I
more.
didn't hit him.
Ah.
Wow. You were
Wait.
close.
Luck 4. Oh wait, can I put? I can't push luck, can I?
Wait a minute, Alex. You rolled. Hold on. You rolled a 7. You rolled a 7.
I rolled a 7, an 18, and an 84. And I
So the
cannot
84
push
is your
the 84.
result.
Hmm.
Yeah, you can
You
definitely.
Can you
can't
roll
push
for me,
combat
John?
rolls, but you can use.
I'm sorry. Yeah, can I use the luck to get that to an 80?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, then I will.
Okay. What was that, Tom? You
Sean,
said
can
something?
you roll for me? Roll for me.
Well, you're inside the inn right now, Tom.
Okay.
Only Dan and Mercy are gonna get shots. Mercy out the window, and Dan's kind of outside in the courtyard by the by
Okay.
his coach.
Oh wait.
So he
I'm
got
running.
so right, okay. So he got a 55. No, yeah, he got a 55 then, right?
Okay, and that's 11 damage
Oh, yeah, and then I got I'm
with the
sorry, I'm
Henry
just trying
rifle.
to be sure. Wait, no, I'm sure. I'm sorry. So what did Kyle get?
Nowhere close to what I needed. I
Yeah,
got. Well, actually, I'm pretty close.
his
I
worst
need to-
roll was a 55.
Oh, I'll spend
Yeah.
5 luck on that.
Yeah,
Sure.
Yeah, why not?
It looks
Okay.
like that damage is 2 from the 44. Wait a minute, Kyle. You rolled for Derringer.
Oh, sorry. Well, it's the same. It's going to be the same as. Oh, that's.
Oh,
Just roll your damage for the Henry rifle if you're going to spend the luck, Kyle.
you got a you
Okay.
rolled a 30, a 55, and a 53. What is your skill in?
Alex's damage was figured into the roll. Looks like 3d6 for a Henry rifle. Is that right?
My
Yes.
rifle, actually, my rifle, I would have made it with spend the luck.
I don't think a Henry rifle does 3d6, Alex.
Henry does 2d6 plus 1.
Oh.
Yes. Roll 2d6 plus 1, Alex.
And did you hear that, Sean? My I would have made it without any luck spend if I had rolled the correct dice.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So that 55 would have hit with your rifle skill?
Yes, yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so Dan does 5.
Nice.
Now, mind you, this is with a silver
Mercy
bullet.
does 6.
Yep, and it is
Oh,
with
yeah.
silver bullets. Good
Oh,
point.
yeah. It's a silver bullet. All right. So you did the thing kind of twitch and writhe. That it kind of jumps off of the body, and you see it kind of limp off to the north into the darkness.
I scream into the darkness, "Coward!" And then I run back into the inn.
Okay. Dan comes running in the front door with his Henry rifle in his hands.
I'm frantic. Did you see? Did you? The sheriff!
What about the sheriff?
It killed him. It took him right off the horse.
Who killed? What?
The Wolfman.
A wolfman.
Wolfman.
Yes.
Wolfman.
Creature with hooves. It
That
all makes
helps.
sense now.
You probably need to use that.
No, Mercy
Yeah,
saw
that's
it too.
I start getting the syringe ready.
The sheriff is out there. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
It had dark skin. It looked like it had 2 arms and 2 legs. Had kind of rubbery looking skin, hoof-like feet, definite canine features, and
Yeah,
had these bony protrusions on its hands.
Gentlemen, this is
It looked
not
like
a time
long
for
claws.
drugs. The devil is out in the mist.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Says
think the
Dan.
doctor's always time for drugs.
I'm just gonna walk upstairs and ask Mercy.
All
Hey,
right.
Mercy.
Yep.
Dan saw something. Yeah,
It was the same damn thing I saw.
Oh. Shit.
Get back on the clock.
I just rush back down. Get ready.
Did it look like there was only one?
Yes, I only saw one.
They probably surround us right now.
I mean,
I'm
this is what killed the
Right.
guy. So
I'm scanning the horizon, Sean. That's what I'm just looking out there.
They
Yeah, you
probably
don't see
surround-
anything. By
Watching
now,
the
the
windows.
sheriff's horse is bolted off to the north towards the barn. You see Sheriff Elliott's body lying out there on the track, the trail that leads up to the Red Fox Inn.
All right, I'm gonna do
We're
something
not gonna
bold.
go back up there.
I'm gonna do something bold here. I'm gonna okay. Shoot, my wagon's up there. Are there lanterns in this place?
Oh yeah.
Okay, I grabbed 2 lanterns and I place one here. And I grabbed 3 lanterns. I placed one here, here, and here to just kind of get an even lighting in this general area.
Okay.
And then I will take position back here, and I will kneel down and I will ready my rifle. Actually, I'm gonna step back here in case it like teleports over here or something stupid. I'm gonna be right here.
Actually, it wouldn't
what
be
if it teleports right here?
Well, then it's godly, and I don't. It's well. Hopefully, the chickens seem like a better meal.
Everyone hears the sound of breaking glass coming from the southeastern portion of the inn, down in this area somewhere. From the
barricade.
Yeah, it's from the Frank and Ellen Coville's quarters, their bedroom area down
Okay.
here. You hear the sound of shattering glass.
Ellen's
I'm
still
taking
with
a
us, right?
position. I'm getting ready.
Ellen is
I
still
just get
fainted,
ready.
Yeah, where's Ellen? Is Ellen still passed out on the floor, right?
Ellen's passed out on the floor.
Good.
I put her
Oh.
like.
And
put
Annie's
her
still in here?
behind the bar.
You hear more shattering glass. It sounds like it's coming from the kitchen area down here.
All right, I move back in here,
Uh,
and I
If
will...
it's from the kitchen area, do I see anything from where I'm sitting at the top floor there coming in?
Well, let me put it this way, Kyle, just to be clear. This upstairs area over here
Yeah.
is directly above this area of the inn. See how the stairs kind of go up from the living area up into the hallway upstairs? So
So there's a little bit of a gap here.
So you're kind of looking out from the second story right about here. You're on the second story looking out above the this one story area where the main part of the inn is, where the tables and bar are and the kitchen. That's all one story on this side. It's 2 stories on the right hand side of the inn. So you're looking out about right here.
Where'd we hear breaking glass? Over here?
Yep,
Over
down here in
here,
this area. In this area.
Oh shit. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, we definitely invoked them.
We need to.
So at this point, let's just kind of go in initiative order here. What's Hector doing? You hear the sound of shattering glass.
Okay.
You hear the faint sound of more horses screaming outside somewhere.
So if I hear glass in this room and this room, this one's closer, so I'll go here and maybe somebody can get this door or something next turn or something.
Be careful, dude. There's more than one of them. There have to be 3. There's one out in the barn, there's one out in the kitchen, and then there's one in the bedroom.
Okay.
You hear the sound of splintering wood as well.
From where? Barn?
Same area down here in the southeastern portion of the inn.
Okay.
From
Get ready.
from the bedroom area and the kitchen area. The order here is going to be Hector, Doctor Who, and Mercy starting out. What's Hector doing?
We want to leave this area.
Swords drawn. I'm peeking around this corner. I want to get a view on what's going on in this room and see what broke.
Give me a listen roll.
Okay. Where's my listen? There it is. Ugh.
But you can push it. You can
Yeah,
use
not
your
with the luck that I've got.
Look.
Okay.
I've got 37 luck.
All right, Hector. There's a large window in the kitchen here, on the western side of the room, kind of near this table. The window is barred and shuttered, though. So it wasn't this window. So your best guess that it's in this storage room here somewhere through these doors. There's a closed door right here.
Right. These?
Yep.
Okay.
What you gonna do, Hector?
Oh, am I still going? All right. I'm so used to D&D. All right. You see, if this were D&D, the old man would be like, "Ah, you listen. That's your turn." You see, he laughs because he knows.
Yeah, he's a good DM.
Oh boy. He's a very good DM. I think the best module I ever played was the one he wrote.
Yeah. Call of Cthulhu, I tend to play a little more fast and loose with actions because there's no, it's not 6-second rounds or 10-second rounds or anything. It's kind of elastic. So.
Oh yeah.
So Hector, as your turn, you kind of run across, the common area here, throw open the kitchen door, and you look to your right. You see the window is still barred. Then you look to your left, and you see the door to the storage room.
You kick open the door.
Yeah. I'll
and slice whatever's in there.
You know what? Can I? Is it possible to just put the sword straight through the door and try and stab anything on the other side, or?
No, I'm guessing it's gonna be in this little area right here.
To pierce a stout oaken door, I'm not sure. I mean, you can attack the door, sure.
No.
Don't.
I'll just kick it open. Which way
You don't
does
hear
it
anything
open?
though. Just moments ago, you heard the sound of shattering glass and splintering wood in there.
Yeah, that's
you don't
why.
hear anything now.
I'm gonna
You know what?
assume it's over
Which way
here.
does the door open? Does the door open out?
Yes, it opens out towards you.
And does it open out with would it be here or here when it opens?
It's actually two doors. It's a double door that opens outwards.
Then I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna hide here.
Okay.
And wait for that door to open, and then when it opens, I'm gonna jump whatever comes through it.
Cool. All right, so Tom, let me describe things to you here because I know you can't see the map. You're in a
Right.
common area of the inn. It's sort of like where the dining area is. It's full of like sort of like picnic tables, like things going along the edges of the wall, and then there's a bar on the other side of the room. To the south, there's a doorway that opens up into the kitchen, which Hector just went through, and that's kind of the direction that you've heard the shattering glass and noises. Also, behind you, there's another doorway into a living area that's connected to the bedrooms of Frank and Ellen, which is where the other shattering glass sounds were heard. And then there's, of course, the main entryway that goes outside into the courtyard.
That other direction, bedroom area, is there anybody of our party in there?
No.
Did Hector shoot his weapon?
No, Hector pulled out his swords and he went into the kitchen.
All right, I'm gonna go follow Hector. Pull up my double barrel shotgun and follow behind Hector and cover him.
All right, Hector's kind of standing there next to the storeroom door, with his back to the wall.
Do I see anything in there?
No, not in the kitchen. There is one large window in the kitchen that seems to still be intact. The shutters and everything are still intact. But Hector's got his back up against the wall next to the storeroom door.
What did you see, dude? What's here? Where do I shoot?
There's nothing to shoot yet, unless you want to shoot through the door.
All right, so let's move Van Helsing down
Because
here.
whatever it is, it's on the other side of that door, and I'm waiting for it to open the door and then jump it.
Over here.
Well, yeah,
Dude,
that's on the other side of the door. Yeah, because
do I have an elder sign to throw down in front of the door?
Maybe in another universe.
Or in another year, maybe.
Maybe. All right, so Doc's got his double barrel out, kind of trained on the door to the storeroom there. All right, Mercy, you're upstairs.
This is the storeroom here.
Yes, it's on the first floor.
We should probably
Okay, I smashed this window out right here. Jump on top of this and start blasting with my shotgun down into the room. Boom, 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 through the roof.
Through the roof? Okay.
Okay.
Like right over here? Or
You
over
do.
Here?
So he's going to be like...
Yeah. I'm just going to step right out. I'll be right here. I'll be shooting straight down onto the roof. So boom, boom. I'm trying to listen for sound and shoot. Boom.
Yep, that's going to be about right here. And I'm just going to put a marker on here just to show that you're kind of up on the roof. Here, we'll just put a red circle on you. All right, so you just start blindly shooting through the roof. Just give me some rifle. Give me a rifle shot with the gray die.
Oh, do you have a shotgun?
Yes.
Oh, great.
But I'm using slugs.
Okay. Both barrels?
Well, yes.
All right.
Silver?
Yes.
Excellent.
Okay.
So,
Just roll your shotgun. It's firearms, rifle, shotgun.
Oh, right.
With the gray button. We're gonna roll with penalty dice here. So.
How about
boom!
Holy crap!
Lord.
Damage roll's not quite right, but so the damage with both barrels, with slugs, I believe for a double-barreled shotgun is 4d6 per barrel. Well, I think that's a point-blank range. Roll 4d6.
Kyle, you
plus 2d6, right? Or no, it's just 46. Got it.
Just roll 46. 'Cause I'm taking kind of like armor situation in this kind of. Okay, 14. All right, cool. So more gunfire from the roof. Hector, it's nearby. It's from above you. Next is going to be Abe, and then it's going to be Isaac.
I know that this is preoccupied, so I go over to here.
All right.
And open the door.
Okay, you're looking into the living area. The fireplace is crackling up there, in the corner of the room, and
I did ready.
Yep, the stairs leading up to the second floor are to your right, and across the room is the doorway into the living area. Where you heard the...
I tip over this couch, or whatever this is.
Okay.
Towards the door, over here.
Down here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see. So you're going to try to barricade the door with the couch?
No, it's not gonna work. But I yell for Isaac and Dan to come over here.
So are you trying to move the couch? Is that what you're doing?
Like more like setting up like a barricade.
Okay. In this
Or like
general
a
area
fort.
where you are?
Yeah, like
Okay, cool. All right, Isaac, what are you doing? You're in there by the bar in the common room. You can see Dr. Van Helsing and Hector in the kitchen.
you know, I would like yell for Isaac
Yep.
to come over
Yeah,
here.
you hear Abe yelling from the living room. And
I'll come over and help him set up the cover.
Guys,
Yeah.
don't forget, this is the only exit and entrance into the house.
Unless they tear a hole in the wall.
Yeah, they just put a hole in the wall. They're in, and they didn't go
That's
through the
true,
door.
but we cannot put a hole in the wall unless we use an explosive, and
Oh.
I'd rather not.
Well, we can use their hole.
Covering the door, right, Dan?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool.
all right, I'm just
yeah.
doing.
Yell out. Shoot and yell out if the.
I'm gonna go ahead and center myself.
Remember,
here.
caw.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna get under, Dad. I'm gonna get under this table.
Hold on, it's not your turn yet. I'll tell you when it's your turn. Hold on. I'm doing secret things here.
Oh, okay.
Secret 30 time.
Dan, up here in the northern wall, this northern window up here by this table,
Yeah.
you hear the glass shatter in the window, and you see the wood begin splintering and shattering up here, and you can see some form on the other side of the window. It's a black shape. It appears to be a man at first, but its skin is dark, and it seems to be covered with some kind of like mold or dirt or something like that. It's a horrible sight. I need to sanity roll for Dan. And it's got these huge kind of jaws with these fangs protruding from its face. It's got these bone-like protrusions from its hands, like really sharp claws, and it's just rending the wood apart.
Where's this thing at, Sean?
It's right up here at this window by this table. There's like trees outside.
Can I use luck on sanity?
No, you may not.
Ooh, I only rolled one. Okay.
Let's see.
Abe and I see this through the door.
No, but you hear it. Here we go. Roll a d6, Dan.
Oh God.
Let's see.
Where you can burn, you can burn luck to absorb.
There you go.
That's good.
All right, Dan, you take 3 sanity points.
Okay.
Isaac and Abe, down here,
I wheel around. Oh, what? Oh, okay.
Oh,
busting out of the bedroom door down here, and god damn it, my thing's not working. You see this thing just splinter. The door just splinters into pieces as it comes barging out of this doorway right at you. It's got black rubbery skin, hoof-like feet. Looks like the cross between like a man, a dog, and a dead corpse. It's got these horrifying claws, gigantic jaws with these fangs sticking out of its face. And it leaps with lightning speed across the room right onto you, Abe.
no!
As it busts through the door.
Can I dodge?
We shall see. So let's see. Let me make some rolls here. This is going to be...
I attack it before it jumps on him.
No, unfortunately. It's lightning fast, dude. You hear this...
My trainer, you'd be surprised.
You hear this crash as the door just kind of bursts into pieces, and this thing comes flying out of the hallway from the bedroom, and like with 2 leaps, it's like on Abe. It's like, trying to bite his fucking face.
Doesn't make it
I dodge.
All right, so it actually gets 3 attacks, Abe. Unfortunately. We're going to do a claw for the first. Are you going to fight back, or are you going to do some kind of maneuver?
Try to avoid it.
So,
Try to get
okay,
off.
so you're
Get
gonna try to
off.
dodge. Okay, we'll roll your dodge.
No!
Oh no. Wait, luck?
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 Oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yep, 5
Yeah.
luck to dodge that.
Yeah. Fine, mere coincidence. It
All right,
just...
so you spend 5 luck. You dodge the first claw. Second claw, roll dodge again. Now remember, you're giving up your next attack by doing this, by dodging. Second claw is a regular success. Hard dodge roll. All right.
Nice.
And
I
Nice.
just, like, completely dodge him.
And its third attack, it's going to try to latch its jaws onto your face.
Oh.
So go ahead and roll dodge again. It fails its roll. You fail your dodge.
Oh my god, that's a 99.
All right. So Abe avoids injury. Okay, so now we're to Dan. And then Hector, you're going to be shortly after that. We're going to be at the top of the round again. So let me make some adjustments here, though. Hector, you have a readied firearm. Or no, you have swords. Doctor Who has a ready firearm. So
Yeah, I'm
technically
ready.
at the top of the round, you're going to get plus 50 to your initiative. You're going to be at 130.
Okay.
I believe Mercy has a ready fire. Well, he needs to reload a shotgun. Abe, I believe, has a readied firearm.
No, I have 2 Remingtons.
Yep. So that's 115 he's going to be at. And then Isaac also has a readied firearm, I believe.
You?
I think you have a readied firearm, don't you, Lee?
Yeah, I have my double barrel shotgun.
Right. Okay. So once we get to the top of the round, we'll modify initiative here. So Dan, it's going to be you,
Excellent.
last in the round, essentially. This thing looks like it's trying to come through the window up there, Dan. Whatever it is.
We still have Ellen
Okay.
Colville.
Can I see the thing?
Kind of. It's busting through the wooden slats right now in the window.
If I take aim, do you
Even
think
I
I'll
have
be
to
able
roll
hit it?
sanity.
Oh yeah, Isaac and A do need to roll sanity.
Nice.
You lose 1, Aiden.
Hmm.
Lose 1 sanity. And Lee, I need you to roll a d6. Uh-oh.
That's bad. What
Any
happens
of
if
that,
he
man.
fumbles?
I'm ready to burn it.
Oh no.
You know, burn 12.
Oh, no!
I'll burn
No, you
burn
can't.
12
You can't use luck for sanity rolls, unfortunately.
But you can use
No,
luck to
not-
reduce the
no,
amount
no,
of
no.
sanity you're
Yeah.
taking.
Exactly.
Oh right. To reduce the amount of sanity, sure.
So I'll burn the 12.
Right, so that reduces your loss to 3 points instead of 6.
That's good.
Very good. All right, Dan. So we're back to you. What are you doing?
Right. So, suddenly, very paranoid of the door, I'm going to go ahead and, I'm gonna run over here. I'm gonna kick the table up in its general direction so it can't leap on me. So
Okay.
I've got kind of a barrier between between myself and it, and I'm gonna
All right.
take aim just over the side of the table, and I'm gonna try and fire at it.
Okay. Go ahead and roll. I'm going to give you a penalty die for cover because it does have some cover kind of shooting through the window there.
Sounds good.
You do realize that Ellen Colville is right here.
Yeah, she's unconscious on the floor.
Well,
She's gonna
Of
die.
course he is.
To
Oh!
-1, he still gets a hard success with the shot.
And a
beautiful.
13 damage.
Damn.
You know what?
He is going to...
If I get
Yeah.
an extreme, what happens then?
it's max
You
damage.
kill it.
And I already rolled max damage. Okay, got it.
I think you did.
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
You rolled 2 6s plus 1. That's 13 damage.
Plus a silver bullet. Bam.
Nicely done.
All right. All right, you hit it, man. You see blood, like black blood, just spatter all over the table in the window area there. Kind of screams and howls. So what we're going to do... See, I've got one more of these guys that's going to do something here. Hector.
So if
Um,
I'm waiting for this thing to jump through the door so I can
Mhm.
jump it, Does that count as like that holding action thing so I can jump it as soon as it does?
I'm going to require a successful listen roll to not be surprised by.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh no. Come on, man.
Well, I'm behind the wall though. It would have to come through the door in order to find me.
Right?
Oh yes.
Look at that.
You hear it, like,
Oh
breathing.
yes.
You hear it breathing.
I hear its thoughts.
All right. The door explodes. Splinters of wood go flying everywhere as this thing comes out of the door at you. First of all, I'm going to need Doctor Who, who's standing kind of behind you there, and Hector to make some sanity checks. As you see the horrible living corpse dog thing, whatever it is.
Alright.
Monkey bird freak.
Somebody
Yeah.
roll for me, man.
I was a little worried about that one.
Nice.
Oh yeah, we need a roll for.
Roll for me, dude.
Can somebody roll for him?
Roll.
Yeah, I got him. I got you. Hold on.
Roll, Mama.
Oh my god, you have a 90 sanity? Are you shitting me?
Yeah.
So
How?
you-
All right.
How
So,
do
Doctor-
you-
This
All right. So
Dr.
Van Helsing loses one.
This time.
Hector loses one sanity. Both lose one.
Okay.
And now Hector attacks.
Yep. I'm going to let you go ahead and attack Hector.
Yeah. Balls out, I kill this thing, dude. I think I go for the head.
All right. Let me get a. It's a fighting,
Yeah, it's a sword
Sword.
fight.
Yep.
90.
and it's going to fight back.
It can try. Well, I shouldn't be so cocky. This didn't end so well last time.
Right.
All right, so try this again. All right.
These are supernatural beings beyond the veil of death.
It's going to fight back with bite.
It
Okay.
fails.
That's
Oh.
a hit.
Ooh.
Uh-oh. All right. So you hit it with one of your swords,
Okay.
and it hits you with
You know what? Can I
Bite.
burn? I'm gonna burn the 3 luck to get
Yeah,
that second one
yeah.
to hit. That's worth the 3 luck. What's the limit? If you go unconscious, you can burn. It's 30 luck you have to burn in order to not die, right?
That's correct. Minimum
Okay.
of 30. You have to spend all your luck. It has to be.
But
at
it
least
has to be at
30.
least 30. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I'm at 37. So I'm on the edge,
Okay.
but
All right.
okay.
So, all right, we'll spend the 3 luck.
okay.
And
So
then
that's 2
roll,
hits.
damage. Yeah,
All right.
times for your sword.
You could spend the 18 luck to make the other one max damage as
And
well.
it's still its turn. It actually is going to get one more attack because it seems to get 3 attacks if you
Okay.
don't kill it.
So okay. So let me do. It's 1d8 plus 1 plus a d4. So let's see here. So
So roll 2d8 plus 2d4. Is that what it's going to
yeah. So how many? 2d8. I'm just gonna do the
Yep.
plus 1 manually because I really can't remember. So
That's
whatever
fine.
this is, plus 2. So 7
be? Okay,
plus
7.
plus 2d4.
Okay. Oh, and he rolls 2 ones.
Really? Wow. Okay. 9. Really?
9.
Ah.
That's
Really?
actually kinda
Jeez.
good.
Yeah, I guess, but ugh.
Kinda.
I had so much
You
more
make him.
potential than that. Oh.
All right, I'm going to make a con check for it. Oh, it's still alive.
Damn.
It's going to get a bite attack on you now.
I can fight back though against that bright attack, right? Get a third,
Yes.
get a third hit in.
Yep, you can.
Wow.
That's exactly what I'm gonna do then.
All right, go for it. It fails.
And I succeed.
Mhm.
Nice. Roll your damage for your sword.
Yeah. Alright, so D8. So 3, 4 plus a D4. And
Oh,
there we go. 8 points. Nah. Yeah.
Work.
Boom.
All right, so you skewer it with your sword, and this black blood comes gushing out of its mouth all over you,
Gross.
and it falls quivering and twitching to the floor as you eviscerate it with your sword attacks.
I push my sword in deeper.
So now we're actually at the top of the round. and it's 11:07, so we're going to have to end the session here. But let's see. So next session, we're going to be starting off with Doctor Who at 130 initiative with his double barrel shotgun.
Hey, Dad.
Excellent.
Why didn't I have a ready weapon bonus?
Well, because I was kind of considering more like a surprise round. Now we're in regular initiative, so I adjusted initiatives up. Let me see. So Dan, you'll be at 100. Let me fix that.
So you know what you need to do, old man, is I guess this. Oh, you can't see the map. Okay, to describe it to you, if you want to shoot the next monster, turn around and pull the trigger because it's
Right.
coming through that window on the other side.
Okay, right.
So just basically turn around, don't shoot Miss Colville, and
Annie.
shoot.
Yeah, if he turns around and pulls the
Turn
trigger, he
around,
just kills
walk
Annie.
about. Yeah, turn around, walk about 4 feet, and then pull the trigger.
That's what I do.
Alright.
All right, cool. Well, then next time it's going to be Doctor Who, then Abe, then Isaac, then Dan, then Hector.
All
looks
right.
Like looks like you're all going to get to go kind of in sequence there.
Is my firearm going to be ready next time? Wouldn't my...
I don't think so, dude, because you had a double barrel shotgun. You fired both barrels.
Yeah, really.
Okay, so it's only been one turn?
It has. Yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
that
I haven't even
took
gone yet.
forever.
Yeah. You'll still get to go before most of these things, though, Kyle, because your dex is 70. That's pretty good. It's pretty high.
All right.
So you're kind of up on the roof of the first story part of the Red Fox Inn. So next time we will continue the swarming.
It's really fun, and burning down the lumberjack camp worked out perfectly.
Kind of did,
Yeah.
Yeah.
except for the hell shack. That was kind of bad.
The hell.
The Hell Shack's just destroyed.
yeah. Cool.
You
And,
guys saw how the Hell Shack was dressed. It got what it had coming to it.
yeah.
Honestly, though, the fact that the Hell Shack even exists, it shows that these creatures have some kind of intelligence, which is a little frightening.
They have shack building intelligence.
I mean, they have enough intelligence to dismantle human beings and turn them into furniture.
They're not
Right, which
lumberjacks.
again, going
They're
back
carpenters.
Taxidermy skills.
to Ellen, I mean, there's a chance that she could still have Frank around as a chair.
Yeah, you know,
We need to find
maybe we can take one of these things alive and like strike a deal. It's got to turn Frank into a chair for us.
Right, and we can give it to Mrs. Colville as a gift.
And I should say, judging by the sounds that these things are making, they do make these rather strange howling sounds and shit. But they have like these gibbering and meeping kind of sounds coming as they kind of their jaws kind of twitch up, open and closed. These are definitely the things that you were hearing out in the woods the last several nights.
Are they child-sized?
No, actually they're quite large, the size of a large
So
man.
These are a different horrifying monster.
Yeah, as I said,
There's
they
probably a
could have.
shack master.
Yeah, they have rubbery skin, hoof-like feet, canine features, nasty-looking claws, and they're all covered with this sort of dark encrusted mold or something. It looks like this dirty black mold covering their bodies.
Mm.
And they stink too. They
Oh,
smell like
Burn pile.
Yeah, they smell like
Next session,
smell
we'll
like,
get to kill them all.
rotten
Every
flesh.
single one of them.
I
Is
hope.
it the smell? Is it the smell we saw before,
I
Sean?
think some of them will run away.
What'd you say, Tom?
Away!
Is it the smell that we smelled before? The rotting flesh? The
Oh, it's
meat
definitely
burning?
a rotting. Yeah, it's definitely
Oh,
a
yeah,
smell
yeah,
of
yeah.
rot.
Is that the
But
is that the smell
Is
from
it the
my
same
vision?
smell? Is it the same smell as before, though?
It's similar. Yeah, it's
Similar.
not quite as pungent as the Hell Shack.
But is
Okay.
it the
or
smell?
yeah.
Is it the smell from my vision?
It's more of a strange kind of rotting, acidic kind of smell, like the smell of an open grave. Slightly sickly sweet.
Right. Almond flavor. Okay.
Yes, almond
that-
flavor.
So, is there any Cthulhu monster that doesn't
grave with
smell
a
like
little
rotting
blue-
flesh?
Probably not.
I don't know. You got a week to figure it out. It's nothing too unusual.
We might find it. We might find a Western style Necronomicon.
There's one thing I can say. They're definitely not werewolves.
Okay.
Whatever they are not werewolves, obviously.
Well, the
Hey,
Um,
so
might
silver
find it
bullets
in
are cool to just
book.
have, though. So,
We might find it in a book.
yo, you know what? Next time I'm in a high stakes gambling match, that's what I'll enter. My what do you call it? My entry fee. I'll pay it with a silver bullet, and I'll tell them like some made up story about how this bullet is used for killing werewolves or some bullshit. I have a 90 charm, so I'll just work with that. Plus that elegant chest hair, I'll just flaunt that a little bit.
Ah.
Yeah, they're just gonna get this.
Unfortunately, that doesn't get us much places with the monsters. But I mean, hey, swindling people, that's how we get money, right?
With their hooved feet and canine features, they're kind of like goat dog people. They got these black beady eyes. So yeah, until next time, we
Yeah.
shall continue the swarming.
All right,
Game.
guys. Game.
Good game,
Good
everybody.
Game, guys.
I got
Forward
the
next week.
See you next
Power's
week, guys.
still out here.
Thanks.
Power's
Thanks,
still out.
That's a
You
bummer.
serious?
Is it really still out, old man?
Yeah, dude. It's a tree went down on Stearns up on the corner, right near that
Guys-
house on the corner.
Did you call
Go down,
Tico?
Tom Storm.
Oh yeah, Tico's knows. I mean, they originally estimated it would come back on at 10:45, and that came and
Okay,
went.
well, I mean, look, Tico never actually does things on a timely manner.
Well, they do. No, they're usually pretty good. So that means something's really wrong. And there were two trucks, and one was digging something up, and it was crazy. Dude.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, there was
Digging
like
something, that's like, wow.
two different places. Yeah, they were like in two different places working. It was when I came
Oh my
home.
God. Did they lose an entire like segment of wiring?
I don't know. It looked pretty big though. Yeah, and I can't imagine why he was digging, but he had digging. Maybe he had to put a new pole. I mean, I don't know. I mean, but
I
he
could
was,
see that.
I don't know.
Or
Down
if,
tree can cause a lot of damage. To a
Yeah.
Down trees can do a lot. Was it one of like the really big oaks?
Yeah, it's right on the corner, man. Right, you know where that house is on the corner, the yellow one with the little round corner thingy.
Yes.
The one with the gate.
down, man.
Okay, it's
Yeah.
there. It was right there. Some
Did the
tree
whole tree come down, or did just like some big
Yeah,
limbs
what-
break off?
No,
What's
no,
brought
no,
it
no.
down, man?
The whole tree.
What